2-minute warning, guys. 2-minute warning. But fuck all that noise. We have a celebrity in the ha. Bro Side Phil in the ha. Hello, my friend. Hope you're happy, healthy, and hydrated. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Deus Marionette. For some reason, my Twitch chat is not showing up. I am your woman now. Deus, tell the husbando I said happy Valentine's Day. And his gift is in his DMs. Has anything been going on in the vortex? Any like headlines? Well, we're gonna get into it. I couldn't do anything the day of, but I was keeping up on Twitter. Gotta show Boneless some love. The husbando. Oh, we're getting into that for sure. Here, you know what? Let's just jump into it.
This live stream may contain mature material some viewers might not find suitable.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. It is the 14th of February, 2025, and this is a very special edition of the Level 99 live stream, where we are feeling fine all the way up here at level 99. I hope you are all happy, healthy, and most importantly, hydrated. And if you ain't hydrated, get the fuck out of my lobby. We don't fucks with you dehydrated bitches. That's right, you ain't trying to piss off Mitsu-chan. And everything is working as intended. Thank goodness. All right. Let's run down the list. Hanging out with us all the way over on YouTube. Coraz EQ, Joker, Broside Phil, just a bat boy with internet. Front-facing baby chicks all around. And then hanging out with us all the way over on Twitch, Deus Marionette, the glue that holds this and a lot of shows around us together. And the husbando, the boneless one. Happy Valentine's Day to you specifically. Oh my God. Big ups, everybody. Big ups. All right, so we got the pleasantries out the way, and let me just say that the season 17 writers have gone out of control. This is crazy. I am so... There's just so much going on. I have so many videos to get to. I'm not going to make this a very long intro because I know we are such huge fans of those long, drawn-out soliloquies. So I'm going to condense it down to something very simple. All right. It's going to be a very busy weekend. And we kicked things off with a delicious Valentine's Day dinner. If you follow me on X, if you hang out in the Discord, you've seen delicious beef and broccoli with keto crab ragoon and sugar-free chocolate-covered strawberries for Valentine's Day dinner. It was delicious. All of the obligations have been taken care of. And now it's time to jump into the vortex and see what the hell is going on, because Jesus. Let's just peruse the YouTube chat for a second, because we are in the middle of it all. Massive drama, says core as EQ, strife, chaos, civil wars, and gooning. Oh my goodness. Apparently, Phil chested up to Broside Phil after his appearance on the on clearly head and shoulders above the Side Scrollers interview. This Truth Seekers show was absolutely crazy. Headlines. It has created ripple effects throughout the entire vortex, and it is a sight to be seen. Jesus.
Here we go again.
Yes. And so Phil has actually been slandering the good word of Broside Phil. Now that you're not on the call, Phil says you're a stupid moron. Oh, no. Man, piss me the fuck off.
Piss me the fuck off.
Saying I was lying and that the woman he spoke with lied out of self-preservation.
What are you doing, step bro?
Big man behind the keyboard. Yes, watch out, guys. We got a keyboard warrior amongst us. And actually, a lot of people have been standing on what they're saying, standing on their soapbox and letting it be known what's going on. It's fascinating to watch. It's difficult for me to figure out what my opinion is on all of this. So I'm going to try the best that I can to report what I see out on the internet and try to keep my own personal biases away from the conversation, because it just seems like everyone that's taking swings and swipes and stuff like that, they're also catching some as well. So it's just a very volatile situation going on out there in the vortex. And it's like, man, Jesus, I can only imagine how the people that are actually in the thick of it are handling all of this stuff, because this is what we call in the professional wrestling industry heat, and heat is a good thing. Heat's a great thing.
King be cruel, king be bitch.
Can you hear all of these sound effects as they're going off? I know I'm pressing the button a lot, but you know, if Review Tech USA can do it, and his production is about, you know, I don't know, $15. Hold on a second. Where's my streamer bot? It's not even on. First day on the internet. My apologies, Deus Marionette. I'm going to peel back the curtain a little bit. Actually, my streamer bot wasn't turned on. So let me just go ahead and take care of that, and then tell my OBS to look in its direction to get these sound effects going on. You too, over on YouTube, can abuse the privileges that I have afforded you by typing in exclamation point DSP into the chat, exclamation point DDR, exclamation point gang, or exclamation point SFX. It'll get you a randomized sound effect.
Give me your mailing address. I want to mail you a spoon so you can eat shit out of my fucking.
And there you go. Broside Phil is already abusing.
What are you doing, step bro?
The privileges that I have afforded you guys. Joker says once he realized this wasn't a softball interview, the swing got wider and wider. So I wasn't able to watch the majority of it live. However, I caught the first like 20 minutes, which was the lamest shit that I ever seen, but it was by design. I know the slow burn, and I had a feeling it was the slow burn, but like, of all the things that had to be pulled away, of all the times, once it started getting good, once Broside Phil got the hot tag and ran wild all over DSP. Look, I'm gonna say it right now. Broside Phil, we need more people out there with the empathy that Broside Phil has. He has been nothing short of a gentleman in this dirt flinging, like you know, blood sport. He is like the calm, steady hand that has been the standard going across all of this stuff. And so when he was saying out loud to the internet, man, I feel like I blew it. Man, chat really didn't vibe with what I was saying. Man, that hurt me on a fundamental level. All right. And I'm going to tell you why, because we had a conversation on previous streams where it was like, why do we not like DSP? Is it because DSP reminds us of ourselves? This is serious shit that I was thinking. And bro completely locked in on that and was like, yes, I feel that too. And so when I'm seeing this guy, DSP, trying to snake his way out of the responsibilities that are been so blatantly, obviously presented to him, to see the maestro at work, it was I got pigmatized. I got wrapped up in it all. On the parts that I did see, because man, I was catching up during today while I was at work, and so much shit happened. So we have a bunch of videos to get through. I cannot wait to watch it all with you guys. Yeah. So, and look, I'm not trying to glaze bro either. If he gets checked by me, always know that it's not from a place of malice, it's a place of love. I would want the same to be done to me. If someone came up to me and said, hey, this shit is whack, or this shit is, let's talk about this and chop it up, I seriously would appreciate the conversation no matter where it went, because then that gives me the opportunity to see, okay, why am I even in the thick of this? Why am I even talking about all of this crazy shit that's been going on with the people that I converse with on a daily basis? You have become, bro side Phil, a part of the timeline. You're thinking about the Marvel timeline and shit with Loki and all the branching timelines and shit like that. We're now in the timeline where bro side Phil and DSP had a legitimate conversation with each other and coming with receipts, coming with actual facts and logic. And still, this guy happened to filibuster his way out of like being absolutely pinned down for the 3 count. So I'm not saying that he squirmed away with a lot of it, but like once he shut down towards the end. Let me just say this. He shut down towards the end because then everything that he responded with was, it doesn't matter. Sorry. It doesn't matter. None of this matters. It doesn't matter what I say. So I could say anything. And that was like the only thing that he could land on that was like the constant towards the end. And so it was like talking to a brick wall. And so it became a speed run towards the end once bro tagged out. And the decompression stream too, bro. You're breaking my heart, dude. You're breaking my heart. I'll tell you what for. When I was on that being said, like I'm never going to listen back to that episode. I don't like watching my own matches back, even though I need to in order to know what to do better. There's just a part of me that is my own worst critic and will tear apart everything that I've said and everything that I've done. And then it's become like I feel like I've gotten around that because I always then work through that in my head, but then also place on top of it, well, it doesn't matter. Just like what the guy said. And that just like, oh, fuck, I found myself mirroring what DSP does again. And so I was like, is this because I've seen him do it and that's where I got the idea? Or is it something that fundamentally brings it up out of me for whatever reason? So now I'm going to actually sit and watch these videos and not have it just on in the background while I'm working on scaffolding and shit. So this is going to be interesting. IP always wins. Hello, welcome. It's not true, and even if it was, you're not business, and no one cares. Nobody cares. It doesn't matter. That was a long time ago. The triple threat. Oh, stonewalled. Yeah, once he figured out that he can just repeat that ad nauseum, then it was like a wrap. There was nothing he could really do. Duty played a little clip of 1,000 people watching and everybody was celebrating and nobody was talking shit. Bro side is the journey in life, but tell people to shut the fuck up. I couldn't believe it. I thought it did great. Yes. He reiterated it earlier today that no matter how guilty he is, it doesn't matter. Yes. Some dent anonymously donated $30 and said, you're right, Philip, I don't care. Jesus. Cult leader. we saw, okay, so I got linked a video on Twitter, and it was a video to the detractors, and it was from a legitimate Dark Side Phil fan. I forget what the guy's name is, but I left a comment. I left a comment on his thing, on his video, and I tried to be very like matter of fact and not put any emotion into it, and just kind of appeal to this person's senses and go, essentially, the point of this guy's video was, you guys are so obsessed over DSP, and you know he's just trying to get by, and then also, yes, I am disabled, right? He drops that in there, and so you know that also reinforces the idea that Phil is the Pied Piper of handicapped, mentally stunted people, because he's able to draw them in like moths to a flame and then take their money, because he can weave a story to make these people feel sympathy for him, that they feel like if they participate in helping Phil succeed, then they will succeed, because they don't have anything else. They can't do anything else. But the act of this, that, or whoever giving this one person money for some reason equates to them also being happy. It's crazy. Omega Mac 10, hello, my friend, hanging out with us over on Twitch. I like the interview. It's a bad cop, worse cop. Broside Phil was the good cop, and then Steve kind of took a heel turn. He took a heel turn. It was like I got all the bullet points. I'm sorry, but I haven't actually seen it, because I was just listening to it in my ear. So I was watching kind of Sav and Shroom live react to it as it was happening, but during the early initial part. And shit, I'm losing my train of thought. Fuck. I forgot. I really forgot. I can't even remember what I was talking about. So let's just do this, guys. I think it's about time we actually watch the videos that we have going on here tonight. And let me just run down this all-star list. Ladies and gentlemen, your opening contest is brought to you by Snort Hogan. DSP gets cooked, seethes over bank leaks. Oh my goodness. And then we follow it up with another Snort Hogan joint. DSP gets pressed on being artistic, hardcore begging, bankruptcy, lunch meat sandwich, and guilt tripping. I love it. And then right after that, DSP tries him in Mimology 101. DSP gets cooked by police officer in interview exposing him, pressed to do polygraph test. Be gone, fuck! Oh my goodness. And that's not all. We're actually going to give DSP the view. We're going to check out his daily rap from the Truth Seekers interview. Black Ops 6 sniping fun appearance did not go as expected. The daily rap. And if we have a little bit of time, DSP massive cope over the Truth Seeker interview. Phil slanders Steve and exposes private DMs.
What are you doing, step bro?
I didn't know he did all that. That sounds like some bullshit. All right, well, let's just jump right up on in, guys. What do you think? I think we can do this. If I can find what I'm looking for. Hey, we did it. Shout outs to Snort Hogan.
The entire thing, bank leak stuff, is fake. There was no bank leaks that ever happened to me. That whole thing was fabricated by my detractors. I don't even know what information they got or who they got it from, but it wasn't me. Like, they'd be like, what about the bank leaks and what about this and that? I'm like, what?
Look at the kick chat, by the way. Kick chat is my new favorite. That's like the dark horse, like the real true boots on the ground. Keep digging, dude. This is crazy. So the the kick chat has been taken over, and there's one particular user who's very like charismatic and very funny, and his jokes are incredible. And I think he's called River Rejection Real. Whoever that is. Whoever that is. Dropping some real bangers in the kick chat, being inspired and stuff.
What about them? Did you analyze them? Can you show them on stream? Can you prove?
Nocturnal,
that those are
hello, my
real?
friend.
And just so you're aware, Phil,
And Fam, bro, welcome to the streams, my friend.
I can show them on stream right now.
The gang's all
and
here.
Prove that they're real. I don't believe that you've been honest about the bank leaks. I think you lied about a lot of that.
Uh-oh, so let's look at the kick chat again. Glad I brought a shovel. About to crash
It's in your
out.
benefit to lie. You don't want your detractors to know how much you've been spending on gin and wine and DoorDash and a WWE game.
Why would it matter?
Oh, let's get to the bank leaks, especially.
Why?
You know why it matters? Because you lied to your audience. I would have started a conversation with this guy and said, hey, by the way, just based off of what I've seen, knowing that you've lied to your audience, the people that pay your bills for 7 years, that you weren't doing something that you actually were doing. And it's not okay that everybody thinks that it's in the past and it doesn't matter now. For the 7 years, you lied to your audience. And then for 5 hours on the Side Scroller show, you lied to Stuttering Craig and all of them. So just based off of those two things alone, if I'm going to hear you lie to me once, I'm going to assume everything you tell me is a lie. And that's not a problem that you can fix, because once you pull the wool over my eyes once, then I always, in the back of my head, will always think, anytime you say anything, it doesn't matter how big or small it is, it could be the most innocuous thing, and I'll still think, well, this guy might be bullshitting me.
You say they're fake.
Hold on.
Phil,
Why would it
in
matter?
order for them to
Mobile
be
children's game. I'm going to say it just like WWE mobile children's game every time now.
The person that faked them would have to know what kind of car you drive, who your internet service provider is,
Comcast.
who your electric company was, who your
Okay.
garbage company was,
Okay.
what their monthly charge was at the time of the bank leaks for people living in your area at the time of those leaks. They'd have to know what restaurants you eat at and when you ate at them.
This is the craziest thing too, because like, if it wasn't for the fact that Phil literally tells his audience and us every little dumbass thing that's been going on in his day-to-day life, then there might not be enough social engineering to make all of this shit happen. The problem of Phil is his own biggest detractor. I say this all the time. I hear Duty say it too. Phil is his own biggest detractor. He can't help himself. He'll always find a way to step on that rake and have that rake hit him in the face, Sideshow Bob style, with his big ass feet. Jesus. He's always hating on us, and like his ires towards the people that point out these things and say, dude, going back to Duty, he'll come at him with a video and say, maybe do it this way, man. Maybe I'm trying to help you. Like, listen to my advice. Give it a try. What is there to lose? And he doesn't listen. He does his own thing. You can say he goes by the beat of his own drum or whatever, but that's the thing though. Oh my God.
They'd have to know when and where your
He doesn't
wife
get it.
gets
That's right.
haircuts. They'd have to know what your local water company was and what you pay them every month. They'd have to know when you go to Burger King. They'd have
Burger King. What does the kick chat say? Did PPP put this hit out? It matters because you were begging your audience for money while going through a bankruptcy. Something maybe gonna lose your house.
when you go out to eat, when you do DoorDash, when and where you go grocery shopping, how much your back tax payments are, what your mortgage company is, and how much you pay that every month, how much you're making on YouTube. They'd have to know how much you're making on Twitch, what accounting.
Oh, hey,
firm
look
you
at this.
use,
My YouTube chat
and
is
what
working
they're
again.
charging you. The odds of somebody knowing all that information, it's like it would take a 007 CIA operative to fake these.
Right? He goes out of his way to do the opposite of what you want to do out of spite. So then, like, if we did reverse psychology and said, Phil, you don't want to drink water all the time to replenish your nutrients or whatever, you don't want to stretch and do some exercise or just be mobile for a couple of for a little bit, because in your age it's very important that you keep moving, because you'll
Phil,
slow down.
You don't see that. Do you understand that there's direct correlation? You say I went to Burger King, and the Burger King charge is there on that day or the day before. You say, I'm getting a haircut. 8 times somebody caught you saying you're getting a haircut, and those haircuts are on the bank leaks. And do you
See, like all this evidence like lines up perfectly. He's got him dead to rights. Like, how are you going to sit there and well, you're going to hear him. You're going to hear him.
That the person that did that is a retired police officer. The person that found that information is a retired police officer. I think.
Why are we going to say he's not retired? He got a better job from what I hear, from what he said. I got it from somewhere. I'm not going to pin it on actually him. Way too precise to be a coincidence. Very true. I agree 100%.
He's called Broside Phil.
Oh, I don't know.
They'd have to know all of this information. In order to fake them, it would take like a team of people. And here's the other thing.
Okay.
Shout outs, big ups.
Do you understand that? Like,
yeah, this is like, I mean, it's not like court stuff, but it's like it's a sound argument. It's a sound way to get to the conclusion that we're looking for. Like, instead of going at him and saying, why are these yours? You could just say, what do you have to lose to make this, you know, to round out this. You can just say, that's not it. That's not it. But okay, well then tell us what it is. Oh, but I can't. So until you present a better argument or a different side of it, instead of I can't, I won't, then I don't think that's much of an argument.
People can track things down. So
sure,
you know where those leaks
Nocturnal,
came from,
correct.
right?
And like he gave him the out. He was like, if someone was slandering me, if someone was like shitting on my name, I would straight up right out the gate go, you're wrong, this is right.
Your bank and
defend yourself. It's bad enough that he doesn't defend his wife. You know, he can't even defend himself. What bitch made behavior this one is.
Charges for that whole 18-month period. And here's what I found out in the course of my investigation. Let's just take a listen.
September 13th, a pre-authorized payment of $120.27 from Comcast. On September 13th, a pre-authorized payment of $112.28 from Apple iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
On September.
Get used to this.
So it's enough to say that somebody sat on a telephone for 5 hours. Now, I went through the first 5 hours of it. It matches the bank leaks
5
100%.
hours.
And I also contacted the bank. This is the online teller at the time. That's the voice they use. So for somebody to fake this, they would have to have the software development kit for the telephony for this bank software and the text to speech that's used in this. They'd need the software development kit. Do you know what that costs?
SDK.
Oh, I don't know what that costs.
It costs tens of thousands of dollars. Somebody would have had to spend tens of thousands of dollars to fake this 5-hour phone call.
I didn't hear about this. I didn't hear this part.
Phil. You don't think that sounds like overwhelming evidence that they're real?
It's
you mean to tell me one of your detractors spent 10 grand on a software development kit?
Are you going to let me respond now?
Damn.
Okay.
Let's
hear it.
So you're saying that you heard.
Oh, I hate when he does this. He repackages the argument so that he can knock it down.
Clip, this 5-hour clip that supposedly someone recorded off of some phone line, and this is 100%.
He did zero research. Navy vet for life. What up, my friend?
That's what you said.
Big ups.
I'm saying that
Ice
I went
marbles.
through and somebody really did sit on this online
Happy
teller
to have
and then
you.
transcribe every charge to a spreadsheet. It matches this 5-hour recording. Do you know the time it would take somebody to first fake this recording? And then again, they'd have to know everything you spend money on. And all of these charges that are near your house. Did you know that all the charges are within just a few miles of your house?
Yeah, because you know what? This guy says that he doesn't go driving very far because of his poor little back. Oh, no. Again, Phil's own worst enemy. Now we have like a double reinforcement of, you know, Phil says he doesn't go on the highway. So all of these businesses all happen to be very close to where he lives. That's crazy to me.
Correlates perfectly to, you know, being right near your house.
Sounds like Kylo Ren did a lot of research.
Everyone already knows this, but go ahead.
This is the supermarket. This is the supermarket
Real
where
shit.
you shop. It's
No
3
active
miles
license
from your
and likely
house.
doesn't pay
4
for
miles,
car
I'm sorry.
insurance.
And
Have we
this
ever
is the
heard him talk
discount
about
store. This
paying
one's,
car insurance? I'm sure we have.
3.1 miles, 3.4 miles. I don't know. It's a few miles from your house. And I was able to do this mapping with over 40 of the charges, the Petco, the
You talked
place
to
where you
Duty
get
and
your
ALT?
haircut. It's all within a few miles of your house. And there's correlations where you said things on
I'm
stream like,
sure-
I'm going to get
I'm
a
sure he
haircut
had a
today.
little, like,
Those charges are there. And in the case of the
Reason-
Burger King, they would have had to know the day before you said you were going to Burger King, because that payment, that was the day before. You know, it's virtually impossible for somebody to fake these, in my opinion. I've got 40 correlations. These are all stores and locations all right near your home in this course of this 18 months. You mean to tell me that some crazy,
I must be allergic to
evil
Phil's
genius
bullshit.
figured out how to fake a 5-hour teller call and then put it all on spreadsheets as well? It's all fake. Look at the spreadsheet.
If there are any people
It
to talk
correlates
to get
the
research
audio
on Phil,
recordings.
it definitely would be Duty and
100%. See,
ALT.
And look at this. You're telling me somebody faked all this? This isn't you?
I'm still waiting for you to finish so I could respond.
I'm not finished, so respond so far, and I got more for you. I got a lot more
Broside
for
and
you,
Truth
Phil.
Seeker are
You can
going
either
to be
admit
on
that the bank leaks are real,
TBS
and those are your
tomorrow.
charges,
Let's go.
or you can continue to lie
what-
to your
that's
viewers
what
and
they're
everybody
called.
else. It's up to you. I told you about that road to redemption.
Fuck it.
So, come
I
on.
forgot it.
What are we going to do here?
So are
Event
you done now, or
television,
do
that's
you
what
have
I
more
meant to
say about
say.
the bank leaks. I'll respond to all of it when you're done.
So I guess ALT and
Well,
Broside kissed and made up?
The reason
Gesundheit,
that
thank
people
you.
are so upset, you could see in these charts. It
I was
shows
asleep
that you
for all
spent more
this.
on
I was asleep for all this.
transactions
It's with
most
the
month
lovely
than
lady.
your mortgage payment, while you're begging your audience for
That
money for
wasn't-
your bills.
That wasn't my question. My question is, are you done talking about the bank leaks so that I can respond and we can move on?
No,
Or do
yeah, I
have
could show you
to
more
talk about?
evidence. I could show you more evidence.
Like,
All right.
I'm just waiting for you to be done, and then I'll respond.
Because he's not even listening.
All right,
He's
I'll
just
show you-
he's
I'll-
waiting
all right,
for
then
his
fine, I'll
turn
show you-
so
I'll
he
show
can
you
say
some
what
more
he
evidence, and you
has
can
lined up
try
for
to
this.
Explain all of this away. The haircuts. The haircuts.
That reminds me,
Phil.
I need to
The
get a haircut.
Mhm.
The haircuts ruin your grift. The haircuts ruin your grift, and here's why. Curls and twirls.
Yes!
Uh-huh.
Is that your wife, Phil?
No,
On the website, you're going to say that's not her? Do I
don't
got to
think
get a
so.
facial recognition expert to
I don't-
show that's her?
I don't think that's her.
Where to get your
Unless-
hair?
I don't think that's her. He always leaves that little wiggle room. He's so good with semantics. You'll hear him bitch about other people in semantics a lot, but don't get it twisted. The only reason he doesn't like other people using semantics is because he thinks he can use semantics.
Where to get your haircut?
I'm not going to tell you because then people are going to
You
harass
can't
where I
tell me
go.
because you get your haircut at Curls and Twirls.
Hell
Did you
of
hear what I just said?
Your wife's on the website, Phil.
Steve, are you listening to what I'm saying? Did you hear
I'm
what I
trying.
just said?
You said you can't tell me because your detractors will use it against you.
That's not what I said at all.
Well, what
I
did
said,
you? Tell me again. I'm
you got
sorry.
to calm down. Listen. I get it. I do. You're excited. You think you got me on something. It's all good. And I'm actually
Oh, I
not.
got you, Phil. I
And
got.
Bill is so fucking smug. God damn it. Let me just. Yeah, let me give you a little head pat, you head pat slut. Phil is so fucking greasy, bro. Fuck. Now that I'm looking at this instead of just listening to the good bits, fuck, dude.
I'm
I
actually,
haven't even started on these.
So Joker, as far as I know, PPP, all he had to say was, nah, bro, he went into business for himself. He snaked you. You know, wink, wink. This guy, Phil, is so in PPP's, he's so far up his ass. All right. If not PPP talking shit about his wife or talking shit on him, but now setting him up in these disaster interviews, I think you have to keep going higher. You can't, put him through something else. So like, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? How are they going to top this?
Bank leaks.
I want
There's
you
a
to-
mountain of evidence
You
that
never
it's
let me
you.
talk. Steve, I want you to understand something. all right? At the
Uh-oh.
end of
Yep,
the day,
talk to
when
him like
we're
a
here,
child.
I'm not going to be upset with you at all. I want you to understand that, okay?
So
you right? 'Cause
benevolent
you're getting
of
very
him.
agitated. You're talking over me. You still haven't even let me respond yet to what you're saying. I've been asking, and you keep going. All right? I can't say where I get my hair cut because if I tell you, they will harass the person who cuts my hair. Do you understand that? They'll find them. They'll still fuck with
They do it already. They already do
So
reviews
show
of
me the
curls and
receipts to where
twirls.
you get your haircut during the bank leaks period that wasn't curls and twirls then privately.
Steve. Okay.
That's the problem.
Number
Your
one.
detractors have receipts. You don't have any receipts, Phil. You have excuses and lies
there's
and
no
obfuscation. You're trying to
Okay.
keep the grift going. I
Phil
get it.
got away with
'Cause
it
if
again.
people know for sure those bank leaks are
I
yours,
feel like
nobody will get.
I feel like he's a little scarred. Carthus, what up, pimp? Lurk away, my friend. We're being toxic on the internet.
you money ever again because
Can I
you
ask-
you begged for money to pay your bills and you spent it on stupid shit.
Oh
can I
shoot,
ask you a
Carthus
question
still
quickly?
streaming. Thank you, my
Yeah.
friend. I'll tab you
How do you
open.
expect to get anything out of the show if you won't let me
On the
talk?
pre-stream,
Like, I'm
PPP said
trying to
that
talk
Steve
to you,
went
you keep yelling.
rogue
Well, you
on
keep
the
telling me that I gotta
interview.
show you more
Sheesh.
evidence. I've already showed you a
Oh,
mountain of
I didn't
evidence.
say
You
that.
can't
Self streams,
explain-
what
I
up,
didn't
be up?
explain it.
I didn't see you have to show me any more evidence. I said, I'm gonna respond now, so you can keep going.
I think the only way to get a real interview from Phil is to do it in person so he can't squirm away. Doubt it will ever happen, but a man can dream. I rock with that.
No, I've got an
Fucks with
awful
it
lot
heavy.
more, but so
Cell streams out here checking me going, what's
Phil,
up with the paper
problem
plates,
is that
boy?
you're not willing
It's
to
okay.
answer
There's
the
no-
question.
there's
You're
no
giving
problem.
excuses.
I haven't even, you haven't even let me say a word yet. You kept yelling.
Test me, bitch.
I'm trying to
The dents
answer.
don't care.
Can
They
I
just
give
want
my
an
response?
internet friend.
Yeah,
Aw.
All right.
Too
Why
bad
are the
they're all
bank leaks fake?
freaks.
Explain it to me.
Man.
Let me
Why
just
are there
say-
all the correlations?
Let me say this. I'm
I
trying
had a feeling that his dents would wail out on him because Phil's a victim, and that'll play that card to his dents. Absolutely. Like if Phil actually knows that he's going to be getting a lot of attention. He loves the attention. He's putting on this show. Like, calm down. I just want to know when you're going to let me talk. Like he's being really fucking smug on this shit, bro.
I do.
Rec
You're gonna have an
1990.
issue having
Hello, my
future guests
friend.
Come on your show if you yell at me.
I agree. Bro side was amazing.
I'm not yelling at you.
And anybody that talks shit on bro, oh, you stuttered, oh, you did this, oh, you did that, you went long, whatever, you go up there and then go on about it, okay? If you were put in that situation, guaranteed you'd stutter and you'd lose the plot or you would take it too long. All right, you're just bitching the bitch, all right? Maybe you're jealous that it was him and not you. Would you have a better excuse? Would you have a better story? Would you have done it differently sitting from your armchair recliner over this bitch? None better than these armchair quarterbacks going, oh, I would have said this. I would have said that. All right. I'm getting hot. I'm going to calm down. Gotta know where the new dents come from. Like what's the dent turnover rate? So I've been in this bullshit for about like, I don't know, 2 years, I guess. I came in around COVID, right before COVID. And I had to get like brought up to speed on all the shit that happened before. And then also at the same time, what's going on now. And it's now gotten to the point where, of course, I'm now one half of a tag team called the Detractors, and we actually go out and do professional wrestling. And by the way, let me just say this, all right? This is a factual fucking observation, all right? This nice streaming setup, all this equipment that you see in front of you was paid by Phil. Absolutely. The gatekeeping needs to stop, and that's in any community. I mean, I'm just not like focusing on the tracting and all that stuff because I'm no authority on this shit either. I like to look back and report on what's going on instead of putting my own stamp on it. However, if there comes a time where a situation emerges like Comcast, like professional wrestling and stuff that is in my wheelhouse, I'm definitely going to have a little bit more to say about it than most people because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Bro, no problem, my friend. You know better than anybody else that you can catch up with this in every video that we've done, live streaming and otherwise. We do so much shit here. Step Mania, pro wrestling, Dark Side Phil, and much, much more. Thank you all so much for, hanging out and getting the watch time hours up. I don't say this a lot. I don't try to beg like some people that we know. But the biggest way to support this channel is to just watch it. That's all I ask. I'm working on the watch time hours right now. If I can get to 4,000 watch time hours, then I can get this channel.
Phil super chatted $5. Much love. On V-Day.
Oh, no, you, my friend. Thank you so much for the $5. Like the stream. Chat up in the chat. That's why I always encourage people to use the commands in the chat, dropping emotes in the chat, because the more active the chat is, that's going to let YouTube know, hey, there's some things popping off on this channel. Let's get a little bit more love to it. And then maybe one of these days it hits the algorithm, the right people watch it, and then they see what we've got going on over here and go, man, I like to fuck with this place a little bit more. With love. Not like I'm trying to fuck it up.
You absolutely have been yelling at me.
Dense Sneed Pimp.
All right,
That's a name I haven't heard
Well,
in
then
a while.
I apologize. I get agitated when
No more
people
1
talk
minute
circles
man
and they
now.
don't answer
We've
the
just
question.
sent Sneed Pimp and Iron
Make
Cuck
excuses.
Sucker.
You're making excuses.
Yikes.
You're not answering the question. I'll let you answer, but let's go. I got more to show you.
Okay, so
There were supposed to be other guests, but Phil wasted so much time.
Okay.
Sir V, also. Yeah. All right. So now that we've had a little while to kind of absorb what happened and see what everybody else had to say, like, let it be known. Like, okay, so all of us are just coming out here from our safe, from behind our webcams, from behind our keyboards and say, I would have said this or I would have done that. Like, you don't know that, and you weren't in that situation, and all of the things happen for a reason. And there could be a lot of people that will glaze, and then there'll be just as much people that hate, which is what you want. You're not going to people please everybody. I used to really, 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 really not want people to think ill of me. I would try my damnedest to make sure that nobody had a reason to dislike me. And I realized that that was the most toxic thing, because I was using up my energy for something that didn't matter. There's going to be people that will hate on you just to hate on you. And especially when you're in this environment, when you're around these type of people, there's a lot of eccentric, strong personalities. And I feel like this is just another day at the office, because you could see that and much, much more in the realm of professional wrestling. I have never been around the amount of like narcissistic, egotistical, literally brain dented because of CTE or overabundance of partying, you know? So like, this ain't new to me, right? And it's just crazy that it just has evolved and mutated in all of these different ways.
yourself called.
I don't mind the hate. We're all just clowning on the melting man at the end of the day.
and
True,
heard all
true.
of that to confirm that
And
it's
I
real.
like the entertainment value of it. I like when Piece of Peace gets super toxic. Like, I find it hilarious. I wouldn't do it, but seeing Piece of Peace do it brings joy to my life. It brightens up my day. I find it hilarious. But then at the same time, I can hear like ALT or Meerkat chop it up about the new goings-ons, and they'll put it in such an eloquent and comedic timing way, and being able to weave different tropes or memes or just references and stuff like that, because they have the rich knowledge of it. And if they say something and you know that, oh, that's a deep cut, that's only like what the real ones know, then you know that, oh, okay, this is the type of connection that I'm getting with these people, because we both get these super niche, micro curated things that we remember, all because of this guy. I'm sorry, tangent, getting derailed.
Oh, that's an unreasonable request. I've
I didn't-
confirmed that was the bank teller voice during
You don't
the
have
periods
to.
that
You
this
don't have
was
to say if
made.
it's reasonable. You don't have to say if it's reasonable. You just have to answer.
Okay,
the
so
question.
so
Did
I
you
didn't
hear it
commit a
yourself?
federal crime to get this evidence. Therefore, I'm not qualified to talk about it. Is that what you're saying?
It's not that you're not qualified.
And
to
I
talk
agree
about
with
it.
you. It's a
It's
federal
that-
crime. I don't.
Well, now
condone
that
what they
Trump's
did,
in
but the
office, you've seen
information's
that
out there,
video,
I gotta
right?
use it.
So can you,
The
within a
AI
shadow of a
video?
doubt, confirm that that information is actually real?
I believe so. Yes.
So you're saying you can confirm it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
How?
because
You
of because of the correlations between things you mentioned on your
Steph
show.
X
No, 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 no,
F
that's not what I'm
and
asking.
welcome, my friend.
And the charge.
We're being super toxic over here.
I'm not asking you
So my apologies in advance.
Can you confirm that call?
Well, not 100%, but the preponderance of the evidence can confirm.
There you go. You can't confirm it's real, right? Why
All right,
can't you
so-
confirm it? Because it was obtained through a federal crime. You understand that? So you don't know if it's real or not. So why do you think?
No,
you're gonna find out?
I have a reasonable suspicion based on available evidence that it's real.
That's
Here you
fair
are.
enough.
Here you are
Oh,
crying
no,
about
no,
Burger
no,
King.
no, we're not done yet. We're
Here
not
you
done
are
yet.
crying about
Phil,
Burger King, and there's
what?
Burger King charged at the same time on the bank leaks. Is that a
Steve,
coincidence? You
I'm
tell me.
trying to answer you, and you're already moving on and talking over me. Do you understand why you're gonna have a hard time getting guests moving forward if you
I'm
act
not,
like
I don't have.
Damn! Oh shit! Whoa! Shots fired! Oh!
what the fuck?
That's
a hard
crazy.
time getting guests because I don't really. Yeah, I don't. I
I'm
do
trying
most
to-
of my shows solo. I don't care if I have a hard time getting guests.
I'm trying to be reasonable with you.
You
I'm
came
trying
here.
to work
You
with
came
you.
here tonight to clear some things up. I thought I'm trying to help you.
No,
Oh
absolutely.
yes,
redemption,
with the
and You're
sauce.
just
No, that's-
obfuscating, and you're.
That's not what I'm here for at all. I'm here because you asked me to come on the show, and you said that you wanted to talk about my past as a creator. You
We
wanted
did.
to bring up some of the things that my detractors have said, and
We
you said
did.
it would be about 90 minutes to about 2 hours, and I agreed, and that was it,
Oh,
right?
you're gonna run already? Come on.
I'm not. What are you talking about? Who's running? I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, come on. All right. Well, I'm gonna ask you to
There are
respond to
entries
this.
in the bank.
I'm gonna ask you to
But I'm
respond
not.
to this.
But we're not done yet. I'm still.
Well, I'm
not
still
done
I'm still
answering.
showing you the overwhelming evidence. There's overwhelming evidence that the bank leaks are real, and you say you want to
Okay.
address it. So let's go
This
through
is
this
big.
video, and you tell me where it's wrong.
Okay, hold
There
on.
are entries in the bank
Why do
leaks
we have
for
to?
beauty.
Can you
Shout
please
out
pause the
Broside
video so
Phil.
I can respond.
Yeah.
I want to talk, but you still haven't let me even finish a single answer yet. Okay? So let me follow what I have to say, and then you can do whatever you want. All right?
Damn.
You just admitted you cannot actually verify that call is real.
See, he's
You have
now
great reason and suspicion to accept it or
thrown him
think
off
that
the
it's
scent.
but you can't.
We're
100%.
now arguing this
I believe
point.
a judge and jury would agree with me
That's
in a
fine,
court of law.
but you can't prove it. Correct?
Nothing can be proved 100%. You're right, but the
Okay.
correlations. Phil,
I wouldn't have told him
No,
that he
no,
was
no,
right.
no.
eight times on your show, you talked about getting a haircut, and the charges are there at the appropriate dates. That's a coincidence? That's all a coincidence.
Dude, you're doing it again.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would have just up and of course armchair doing it like, dude, like then you're explain why this is. Explain why every time you get a haircut, it lines up with the bank statements that you got at the haircut place, the same place that your wife goes to because she has a photograph on the website. He can't even recognize his wife. All right. What kind of, okay. So either it's incompetence or he's lying because you're going to remember your wife's haircut. You only have one opportunity to compliment your wife on their hair. And that's the first time you see him. Either you're drunk all the time and you drank that memory out of your head, or you're just being a liar, which both of these things could be true.
You're talking and screaming over the guest instead of having a conversation.
You're not
All-
answering the questions. You're talking in circles and making
Mr.
excuses.
Pika fan, hello, my friend.
You still haven't let me finish, okay? You still haven't let me finish.
Did he?
I've given my side of the story of what it is. I don't know if your viewers are actually interested in what my side of the story is or not, because as you can tell, we're not really even talking about what I said. It's just you're just 100% convinced that it's real. So I don't
Based
think
on
that anything,
based on an exhaustive investigation, yes.
right.
And one of the reasons that I'm sure that some of your detractors are right is because number one, they bring receipts, and number two, the hallmark of a great researcher is that somebody could go after that researcher and find the same information and say, okay, that researcher did a good job because I found the same thing. I went after this researcher on Pig Go, and they're 100% right. You talk about getting a haircut,
You know
it's on
what?
the bank leaks.
I have
How
not
do
heard a
these people
snort
know
yet. Now that
Every
I'm
time
thinking
you
about
talked
it.
about getting a haircut in an 18-month period, 8 times. And 8 for 8, it's on the bank leaks when you talked about it on your show, getting a haircut.
Okay. Are you done? Can I keep responding? With my answer now?
Phil's not.
I'm trying to get you an answer. Yeah.
He's
I'm trying to answer, but you
wasting
keep yelling over
time
me
so
every
he
time
could
I try.
just run out
All
the
right.
clock.
Just let me say what I have to say then. You cannot confirm it's real, but you believe it is real based on all this circumstantial
I would
evidence.
just say that this is
Fair
the
enough.
confirmation. This is all the
Everybody that
confirmation
doesn't
I
have
need
a mental
to
deficiency would believe it's real.
legitimately
Fair enough.
look at this and say
So-
this is real.
Fair enough. I can't change your mind. There's no reason to argue with anything, right?
Stonewalled.
Why would I sit here and say, well, here's what it really is? There's no point. No matter what I do,
He did
I'm
not
going to
snort at
convince
all
you
in
otherwise,
this.
correct?
Sheesh.
Now, I will say this. Whether or not it's real or not doesn't matter. If it is real,
Filibustering,
all
very
it means
true.
is that I was an idiot who spent
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
missed
money
this
like a
part.
moron, very
I went to
frivolously,
bed before
and I
it
made
got
lots of
good.
mistakes, right?
But I also
Well,
went
don't
to
you think
bed
it'd
with
be
a
better to
beautiful
just
woman.
admit
So,
that and move
Jets
on
Cup,
than just
welcome.
keep going out?
Let me finish. Stop talking over me.
We're having a conversation. I'm not talking.
We're being toxic today. I apologize in advance.
Thought when you interrupt me like that, Steve. Just so you know. And again, I'm not angry. I get it, but please let me finish my train of thought here, okay?
All right.
So, even if every single thing in those bank leaks are absolutely positively true, all it means is that I was very irresponsible with my money. I was in a bad financial situation.
No, it would mean you committed fraud. Sorry to interrupt you again. That's what.
Damn.
All right.
All it would mean is
Is
that,
that you committed fraud?
In what way? Because I
Because
told
you
everyone
told everybody
bank
that you
leaks
needed no, because you told everybody that you needed money for one thing and you spent it on other things. That's a form of consumer fraud to some people's minds.
wait, what? So let me get this straight.
Wait, what? Who doesn't snort when other people are on agreement with him? He knows it's rude, but he does it. He's by himself.
You think that if someone is on a
So
stream,
when I was sneezing, I kept
contribute
trying
to
to
my stream because I need money.
It's that easy
Pay
for
my
him.
mortgage.
Okay, and then they.
I hope
actually
you're
spend
well,
someone
Jessica.
else's
I
$40,000
hope you're
on a
happy, healthy, and
mobile game.
hydrated, of course.
Okay, but that's not what happened. Even if the bank leaks are real, that's not what happened at all, right? I will tell you this, Steve. Anytime that I went out of my way and I said, hey, I really need help with something, it actually was truthful, okay?
But
Were there times, like I got caught out on this during my documentary by June the King, where he outright said, now, wait a minute, I have a stream where you said you needed money for this, but are you admitting that you spent money on something else at the same time? And I said, yes, I'm admitting that. But the money
Yes, I'm a
always
liar.
would have had to go to first.
Glad to
and
hear
then it
that
would
you're
go to
good.
Other things as well. All right. Certainly, I'm not going to tell you if I said, hey, guys, I need money to pay my mortgage tomorrow. Can you help me out? And I got that money that I didn't also buy a sandwich. You know what I mean?
from a
Like,
sandwich
that's
shop,
ridiculous.
what?
Now, you're saying $40,000 spent.
Lunch
again,
meat sandwiches.
who even knows where they get these numbers from? I don't know what number that even means, if that means in a year, if that means forever. Have I spent money on mobile games? Yes, I've admitted that publicly. I've spent thousands upon thousands of dollars on mobile games.
Damn.
I've very carelessly treated my money over the years. That's why I ended up in the bankruptcy. That's why I was living paycheck to paycheck, stream to stream. Okay. But I never outright came on a stream and said, I need this, raised it, and then ran and spent it on something else directly. What you're implying here is that I'm like some kind of a degenerate gambler who like would say, I need the money, and then I would go.
Well,
bet
a lot
it.
of people
You
are
know what I'm
addicted to
saying?
games. It's not something to be ashamed
Pika, I
of.
think
Oh,
everybody would
know.
agree with you.
Steve, I've talked about this, about my past.
And you know what?
That
There's
actually
nothing wrong with lunch
before
meat
this
sandwiches.
WWE
I just gotta just
I was
have the
actually
meat part,
way
not the
more
bread
addicted to a
part.
different game called WWE Supercard and Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. That those two, I was actually spending way more on than I ever spent on WWE
Moron.
champions. Okay, so I know all about the addictive nature of overspending and all of that. And I have
Imagine, bro, spending thousands of dollars on a video game, bro, and a game that you're not going to be able to play for the rest of your life. If I'm investing thousands of dollars into something, I'm not going to spend it on a game that could end. Like I played Mobius Final Fantasy, and I didn't spend $1 on that game, and I adored that game. It had a great soundtrack. I liked the fighting. The story was fine. And then one day they announced that it was over. And it was like, I don't know, a couple of seasons in. They had anniversary events and shit. And I remember playing the fuck out of that game. I love that game, but it's over. And I used to play Opera Omnia, Final Fantasy Dissidia. I loved that game. Never spent $1 on it, but spent a lot of times playing it, right? that game doesn't exist anymore. So I can only imagine we're like, okay, Supercard, I think that's still a game, but like he doesn't play it anymore. Or does he? Does he still play Supercard on top of WWE champions?
Publicly admitted, I've done it.
All right,
Okay.
Phil, can we
Oh,
go
yes.
through the haircut evidence?
Oh
and then
yes,
tell
I
me
got a
what you
whole
think of it?
playlist of
Can we do that? Can we just go through
the
it?
City
How
of
about
Final
I just
Fantasy
finish my
music.
Okay, and then we
You've
can
been
move on.
finishing. your
Ready
answer
to
for 10
go.
It
minutes
doesn't,
here.
it doesn't
Yeah.
matter if the blank leaks are real or not. I'm telling you my perspective. I've already
Do you
XFN,
understand it
a
matters to
fellow
your
Dissidia
audience? It
fan.
matters to the internet.
It- Steve. I've explained this to you already.
Phil,
none of
if
this
you're begging
matters.
for money constantly and you spent 40 grand
Didn't
on
get to
a
play
mobile
NT, but I
game,
got the
that
OGs. I think
matters.
NT
You're telling
now
people you
is
don't have money to
available
buy
for the
food, and you
PlayStation
spent
Network.
40 grand on a mobile game. That
Because
matters.
it has a rotating
Goes
cast,
directly to
so you
your
don't get to play
integrity.
every character,
What
but they
are
like
you
have
talking
4 that they
You
cycle
literally-
between.
So here's the problem. You are completely extrapolating the situation. You're acting like on one stream I said I need money.
He
for
admitted
groceries,
Cat was
and then
playing
immediately I
Diablo
took all the money
Immortal.
and spent it on
Ah.
groceries. That never
I
happened.
just can't wait till Path to
Never.
Exile
If
2
I asked
comes
for
out.
money
I
for
played the
something, I
fuck
spent
out
it
of
on what I
Diablo,
needed it
but I did it
And
all
then
off
maybe I
stream.
spent money on other stuff as
Didn't
well.
do anything
That
with the
has
story,
nothing to
but
do with-
blow
oh,
through
he
it so I
blew
get
it
to
all
the
on
end
mobile
game.
game.
And then
That's
I
why he needed more
tried
money.
all of the
No,
updates, and
that's
then
ridiculous.
I did
Well,
not
mobile
drop
game,
the
DoorDash,
the
gin,
40 some or
If
50
it
some
does-
dollars
so-
for the
so what you're
Vessel of
implying is
Hatred
anyone who
update.
ever
I'm
asks
not
for support
spending
on
any
stream
extra money on a
can
game that I
only
already
directly
bought.
spend it on
The game should have been
responsible
good when I
things,
first played
and
it.
You have to be policed what the person spends the money on. That is so false. That is such a fallacy. It
So
is.
you don't want to address
Greedy
the
fuck, I agree,
correlation.
Pika fan.
There's 20, 30 of them where
Steve,
you talked about something and it's on the bank leaks. It's on the bank leaks.
It's
which
true.
we
You
can't
talked about-
verify are real.
You talked about 8 haircuts and 8 times it's on the bank leaks. Let's get into this.
Which we
Since we
can't
have a
verify
control,
are real.
that being Phil's hair, we can see if Phil got a trim around the times in which beauty and personal hygiene were logged.
Damn.
The oldest entry is October 14th,
You're
2020.
wasting your time.
If
You get to
you're
keep your
unfamiliar with the banking
microtransactions
industry,
from
I guess I am.
PoE1, like
Just want to
stash
prove it.
tabs. You see, that's why games like PoE need to get more love. Path of Exile, that more games like Path of Exile needs to be brought up by the people, and people, Blizzard and Diablo and all them. You let your voice be heard through your wallet. Don't buy that shit. I didn't. I shouldn't have bought the Mortal Kombat update either. The Chaos Reigns, that shit sucked, bro. But I did, and I regret it.
the same day, or it may take 1 to 3 days. So,
But PoE has some
using
sort of like
Pig
element where you have
I
to pay for
found
something.
this
I would
from
consider
October
it because it's such a good
At the
game,
same
and it has
time,
such
I got
goodwill with
grocery
me.
shopping. We have appointments we have to get to. I'll enjoy the haircut. I'm gonna get a haircut.
Oh, I'm gonna get a
It's good-
haircut.
Just starting to get long.
On the
This implies the day off was tomorrow, October 13th, and the charge cleared October 14th.
Let's
We have
go.
a total of 8 haircuts in the leaks. So far, we're 1 of 8. The next cut is logged December 9th, and here's Phil on December 7th.
That's right, and I'm getting a haircut. You're absolutely right, Silvano. Please remember, I'm getting a haircut as well tomorrow. So a super busy day for me.
Yep.
2 down,
Super
6
busy.
to go. The
2
next log,
haircuts.
January
Match the
20,
leaks.
2021.
Steve, we
Here's
get
Phil
the point.
on January
We don't have to
18th.
see the other 6. Grocery shopping,
Steve,
pet
we
shopping.
get the point.
But this is what I'm talking about. Receipts.
Trying to get my haircut tomorrow.
Here's receipts.
Logged March 3rd,
It's the bank
and
leaks.
Phil on March
Public
3rd.
statements
guess
match
too
the
zoomed
bank
out.
leaks, Phil.
I did get a haircut. It's much closer now than it was, like much closer to the head. Because it's spring, I decided to get a much shorter haircut.
Logged April 8th, and here's Phil on April 5th. Oh,
Are we going
and
to
by
talk
the
about
way,
anything else?
7th,
or
that's
we just gonna
Wednesday.
watch the-
Look, Phil was asking for concrete proof, right? He was like, so you can't prove it. Well, actually, here's a video. Here's a Bro Side Phil video precisely picking out your words connected to the dates, connected to your actual fucking haircut,
But
bro.
yeah, the thing is, this Wednesday,
It's only
we
a
got
few
some things
minutes.
we're doing.
It's
Like
only
we're
2
We're
minutes.
getting haircuts.
Short haircut
We're halfway
equals
through.
super busy.
Logged May
True.
11th.
I get
Phil
my
on
haircut
May
before
9th.
a show.
My wife and I are going to probably
And
go
usually
grab
my
some
show
food,
days
then
are
we have to
very
get
busy.
haircuts.
Oh,
Logged
look at
July
that.
15th. Phil on the exact same date.
Now that the headphones are off, you probably can't see it that well. I got a very close haircut all around the sides and the back. The top's still kind of
Don't
long.
play that evidence.
lastly,
Stop.
August 18th. And here's
Steve.
Phil on
Stop.
August 18th.
A lot of people are noticing my
Oh,
my shorter
Joker.
haircut, which is very.
I would have to
comfy, by
win
the way.
matches first
another
in order to
one.
have a
Matches the bank
finisher.
league.
You know, I want to cool down. It's been
But I
so
do
hot
like-
recently.
Based
I call
on
it the
this date,
TK. Oh my God! I pick them up in a fireman's carry, right? And I charge to the left a little bit, and then I swing them to the right, and then I bring them down into an ace crusher, also known as a diamond cutter, also known as the RKO. So essentially, pick them up like John Cena, but instead of flipping them, I spin them around on the x-axis. Yeah. And then I bring them down with a cutter. The TK, oh my God, which is based off of the TKO, which Mark Marrow did.
From
Which
a
was the
logical
pretty- which was the
standpoint,
same
it
move.
appears that those beauty charges coincide with every day that Phil got his haircut. This now changes our question or challenges our previous outcome. What used to be the transactions on the recording were Phil's, the transactions on the recording were fabricated, or the transactions on the recording belonged to somebody else, must now become 1. The transactions on the recording were Phil's, which coincide with the data found in the bank leaks. 2. The transactions on the recording were fabricated, and the person who fabricated it either accurately guessed when Phil was going to get a haircut or knew when he got a haircut. Or 3. The transactions on the recording are from an account which the person who leaked the transactions knew would be utilized by a person getting their haircut at the same time as Phil.
Damn.
Of the 3,
This is like
which 2 can
surgical,
Occam's
bro.
razor cut out? But there's more to it than that. In the restaurant's transaction, there's an entry for Maggie's on Meeker. This is not a chain restaurant. And
The
is only
restaurant
located in
visits
Keith,
match the bank
Washington,
leaks.
which just
They're
so
public
happens to be
statements.
6.6 miles from Phil's residence.
Match the bank
This
leaks.
means that if the transactions are fraudulent, the person creating the fraudulent logs knew to include a restaurant that DSP had frequented in the past, and if they are of another person, that person must live within the same confines or general area as Phil.
Smart.
So, come on, Phil. 8 out of 8 times they accurately guessed when you were getting a haircut and put it on those bank leaks.
Damn, I
And
didn't
they
know
made
it was
the
about
fake
all this
recording
life.
of the teller talking about the haircuts.
Yes, not guess, but they already know because they talk about it publicly on every stream. That's what I mean. Like what you're seeing.
You
is
talk
all
about
stuff
what
that was
you do
public.
on
You
your
understand
streams
that?
all the
Like,
time,
everything
Phil.
that's in those leaks is public information because I'm on a stream.
So
every day.
somebody like what logs everything that you say and then put it all in the bank leaks. Like when you say you're getting a haircut, when you say you're getting DoorDash, when you say you're going to Burger King, when you say you're going out to eat, when you say you're going grocery shopping, they knew 100%. And by the way, I said the hallmark of a good researcher is when somebody goes after him. I checked the clips. He's accurate. This person is accurate, and he's a retired law enforcement officer. I think he goes by Broside Phil. This guy's
Broside
retired
Phil,
cop.
let's go.
He's not qualified to
I will not
investigate
take any
this and come to a
Broside Phil
conclusion
slander
that the
on
bank
this
leaks are accurate.
corner of
Who
the
said that?
internet.
I didn't say that.
So how did somebody get this all so right? All those bank leaks so right?
Because
They just
it's
watched you,
all
And they
public
faked a
info.
5-hour bank teller call, and then they made these spreadsheets.
The
They
spreadsheet.
did all
now, hold
that
on, hold on.
just to.
The spreadsheet.
By the
Uh-oh,
way,
he's gonna
you know
jump
what
on the kiwi
story
farms.
is, that this is
Now
the
you're
person.
interrupting me again.
But let me just get this out. The person, the lore that I got is that the person who did this, and I don't condone somebody committing a crime to so-called get you or prove that you're lying about money or spending money on stupid shit. I don't condone that, but the information
Let's get
is
some
there.
fucking
the lore
front-facing
is that this
baby
person used
chicks
to be
in
a
the
supporter of
chat.
yours. They got tired
Big
of
ups.
you lying to your audience, and they wanted to check you, and that's why they did this.
Okay.
Did you
Okay.
also know that? Did you also know that you were caught lying a great deal about the police investigation and all of that stuff?
FFBC, love it.
You were
Police
caught
invest-
lying.
The police investigation of what?
You lied about when you talked to the police because people did the same. Retired law enforcement officer did FOIA requests, which prove you lied in that side scrollers interview. 100% proves
Yep.
you lied
Again.
about all of this bank
I have
leak
no
stuff.
idea what you're talking about.
You
Like,
100%.
That's another thing. If he has nothing good to say about it, he'll say, I have no idea what you're talking about, which is bullshit. Which is bullshit.
Well, I got a
police
video, but
investigation?
I got
I
a
don't-
video, but
There
joining
was
us
no,
to
there
talk
was no
about
police
this is
investigation.
our retired law enforcement officer friend whose work I
Woo!
checked. And I
Bro,
also
side
verified his
Phil
FOIA
with the
request. He spoke
run-in.
to the local police to verify what he did.
Look
was
at the chat, bros. Look at the chat.
Press pause for a second so we can.
Look at the chat. BSP, oh Lord, LOL. This proves that he cannot handle the truth. He has forgotten all of his own lines. Seath Seekers. Now he's lying bad. I don't know what you're talking about. Get fucked, Phil. Bro side. Yep, close it in on Phil.
Talk about stuff. Like,
Phil right now.
You're just
Power snort.
throwing
Have a
insane
treat,
amounts of stuff out
Phil.
there,
Reward
right?
yourself.
Called
Phil is
evidence. You don't have
tripping.
any, we have
Don't
lots to get
pause.
through.
But
That's the problem.
Steve,
This rules.
please
Stop.
listen.
He's already
all you're
dead.
doing is throwing things.
Phil literally admitted to lying for the entirety of the Side Scrollers interview. None of this matters, Steve. Shout out Raw Phil. Steve, chill. I'm cooked. Nah, no pause, Piggy. Get him. He is so mad.
I try to respond.
Kingslayer
and as I'm
Steve.
responding,
B
you move on.
BSP on Steam. Stream. Suffer. Destroyed. Fire emojis. Surrounded. Pig emojis. It's your life, Phil. Don't trust him. Big ups, bro side. Answer the fucking questions,
On
Phil.
to something else. That's not actually a conversation, nor is that considered any way a fair shake. I would like to
Down from the
respond, but
rafters.
every time I'm
Here comes
trying,
bro.
you yell over me and you move on and you play a 2-minute video and you do. There's nothing here that I can do because you won't actually like. You're already moving on to something else. I'm like, wait, what? is the
Because you
investigation?
haven't
There is no
adequately explained the
investigation.
correlations. Yeah, you're right. But you lied about when you said that you talked to them previously and they said they would only investigate human trafficking. You lied about that.
I'm
Our
allergic
retired
to
law
Phil's
enforcement officer
bullshit.
friend here. He's here. And
Hello.
Wait a minute. That's
Yeah,
not. What are you talking about?
he spoke to
What are you
the-
talking
he
about? I have
spoke
no
to the
idea what you're talking about.
detective that you talked to. You said in the Side Scrollers interview that sometime prior to the bank leaks, you didn't file a police report. By the way, your bank would have. Did you know? My wife, I mentioned she was an accountant. Do you know what she did? She worked in the fraud department at Beneficial Savings Bank for 20
What?
years.
I
And
didn't
she
hear
told me
this.
that you, Phil, said that these people got access to multiple of your accounts. The
Yes.
bank itself is required by federal law and banking regulations to file a police report. Our retired law enforcement officer friend filed the FOIAs. The bank didn't file any fraud reports. They're required by law to do so.
Damn.
So if
They
you
didn't
talk
do
to the
it.
bank, if you talk to the bank and said somebody got access to my account illegally, they
Nope.
would have filed the appropriate police reports. talked
We
to
are
the
drowning in the
detectives
bacon
who followed up on
sweats.
that. They
Well, I
didn't.
don't. Well, I
And
don't
you
know why they
lied.
didn't.
You lied about when you said the police only investigate human trafficking or something.
No, hold
We've
on.
got
a
another
second. Wait,
video
wait,
for
wait,
that.
wait,
We've got
wait,
another
wait.
video for the FOIAs proving you lied again.
Wait.
Wow. Holy shit. This was crazy. Thank you so much, Snort Hogan, for the video. That was absolutely crazy, but we're not done. We're going to split the part right here, and when we come back, we're going to catch up on more of what happened literally just the other day. Yesterday, last night, not even a full 24 hours ago. DSP gets pressed on being autistic, hardcore begging, lunch meat sandwiches, and guilt tripping. And you know we're going to have an unrecorded beg segment. So I hope to see y'all on the other side of this. And until then, take care, be safe, peace.
This live stream may contain mature material some viewers might not find suitable.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is the Level 99 live stream where we are feeling fine all the way up here at Level 99. I hope you're all happy, healthy, and most importantly, hydrated. You know how we do. If you're not hydrated, then get the fuck out of my lobby. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here today. I'm trying a new format. I'm breaking up the long live streams into separate segments, and I'm going to stop recording and start recording, do a little beg segment in between, and then record another video so that I can drop different segments of this throughout the week. Philip is going to go live with his illegal beta stream. Here come the mass reports. Oh shit, wait a minute. Seriously? Is that tonight? Well, he's a bitch anyway. I can't wait for his shit to get popped live. But until then, we're going to hang out with Snort Hogan and see what the guy's been getting into. This is actually more of the interview, the excellent interview with Truth Seekers. That was a an event for sure. Let me go ahead and get this opened up, and then let's go ahead and enjoy the fruits of Snort Hogan's labor. Thank you so much, Snort Hogan, for the footage. This is DSP gets pressed on being autistic, hardcore begging, bankruptcy, lunch meat sandwiches, and guilt
the
tripping.
next question I'm going to ask you may be considered like private medical information, and if you don't want to answer, this, then I understand. But
it depends. Let's see what it is.
But let me explain this.
It depends. Fuck off.
I have a son who is autistic, severely autistic, nonverbal. In fact, he doesn't.
Elden Ring beta stream or something
I've been around
else.
a lot of autistic people because of raising my son. He's 12 now, and one of the big criticisms about you is you're constantly asking for support, constantly asking for money. And I don't know, I've been observing some of this. So I wanted to ask you, have you ever been
it's a beta stream, all right.
Spectrum or having Asperger's?
When I was growing up, that stuff, no one ever talked about any of that stuff at all. I doubt that a single doctor would have ever even like done a test or measured anything like that when I was growing up, unless you were like showing overt signs outward of stuff like that.
Like making up words, making up sentences, hyperfixating on things. Being very aggro at other people that challenge your worldview, being very stuck in your ways. I mean, I'm not going to say it's autism, but it's definitely checking off a lot of boxes.
No one ever talked about that.
And there's a bunch of different types of autism.
So no, I've never had
you could be autistic
and
like be super locked into playing Dance Dance Revolution, for an example.
I think, and I could be wrong. I mean, I'm just an observer here, an outsider looking in, but it seems to me that you have a little bit of trouble like comprehending social norms. Like, for example, like, do you have a perception of like how many times during an average stream that you ask for support or money? Because that's one of the big criticisms too. Like,
do I count? No, I do not, because it's actually.
Can it take a guess?
Temperamental extremes. I definitely see that.
You know what
I
mean?
Right, so if
because he's like, okay, Steve, Steve, talking to him like a child or whatever, and then also flipping shit because he's not able to make enough money to get the Arby's.
And I hate to include this, but I'm going to include this. I'm not a big gamer, but my son is. In fact, though, we're having a real problem with him with screen time. I just got him a new game today.
Gira, very true. Body swaying. Yep.
And we're trying to cut him down on screen time because it seems to me he's 8
nervous
years old.
tics, like hopping legs, racing mind, racing thoughts.
And he watches
back then your parents would have asked for the test to be done.
He watches Ninja.
So I have a feel somebody had a really, really, really like on the nose take about Phil in his adolescence when he was overtly being like a pig, like not like a roach pig, but like a pig, like, oh, tits and ass, oh, LOL. You know what? Like it almost seemed like he was so overtly perverted because he was overcompensating for the fact that he may actually be homosexual. Oh my God, I pressed the wrong button. And I don't mean it in a bad way. I just think Phil maybe is a homosexual. I think he likes guys. I think his marriage with his wife is because his wife is a beard. Like I say this a lot. Okay. I'm not gonna. If I'm presented with new information, I'm glad to evolve my opinion. But as I see it right now, he may have some sort of like shame in it from his parents, and that's why he doesn't do anything. So he needed to prove to his parents, and I'm sure his parents wanted to pay for the wedding because then what they thought was gay son to be in a traditional nuclear family. And when he says family and fixates on family and saying that Jasper is family, like that's as much as it's going to be. It's going to just be a label that his parents can then put on him, because he's like the only child, right? So of course he was spoiled. He's like the only one in the world. And, you know, you're seeing that type of narcissism and you're seeing that type of like denial in so many different ways. But then again, I could be speculating. Who knows?
And he watches Hassan and who is the XQC he watches. And, you know,
Oh my God, I know both those guys.
I asked him out of the blue, I'm like, do you ever watch Dark Side Phil? He goes, no. I go, do you know who that is? He goes, yeah. And I go, well, you watch these other guys. Don't you like his show? And he goes, I watched him sometimes, but he asks for money all the time. And I almost was going to clip a video of him talking about this, but I thought, I'm not going to hit you with that. But like, there is a perception, even among people, and I swear I didn't coach him. I didn't know he knew who you were, but he's always either playing a video game or watching a streamer. So I thought maybe he knows who you are. He did know who you are. And
that's
by
crazy.
the way, he told me to tell you that he could beat you at what is it, Friday Night Freddy? He could beat you at any of those games, just so you know.
What up, Street Fighter? Like when I play
Friday Night at Freddy's, I guess.
Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah.
I hate those games. I suck ass. I would never.
I suck ass. Whoa, bro, hold up.
Them, but like,
there could be.
So,
yeah, we might.
But what I'm saying, Phil, is that there's
let me just shit on the game that your kid loves. Fuck you.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Like in my world, it's customary to ask for support once, maybe twice through the stream. Like if you take a break in the middle when you
hear
come
me
back,
out,
you say something. But like, did you know there's a whole YouTube channel dedicated just to counting the number of times that you ask for money? In a stream?
Absolutely. There's entire like networks programs written to count the amount of times I say a single word in all of my content ever on YouTube.
It's a search engine, Phil.
Did you know there's
it's
an
not
entire
that deep.
search engine called Pig Go?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, look at this. Steve just reposted my post. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate
I'm trying
that.
to help you here. I really am, because I understand why people are like.
That's very cool of him.
This stuff. And I thought they're got to be exaggerating. But then I found this Ferroni the tractor. I'm sure it's what you would describe as one of your detractors.
I mean, they call themselves the tractor. They have it in their name.
When you were playing Dark Souls, you asked for money 62 times. When you were playing light razzing, I don't know. He makes plays on words on the games you were playing. You asked for money 85 times. You tested a mic, and then you begged for money 31 times while testing the mic. And this one is just greed mode, beg count 58. Successful streamer begged 78 times. And I'm not going to play these videos because they're very disparaging. They like make you have a huge head and try to make it funny. Popeyes felt it, beg count 100.
Popeyes felt it. Oh boy.
Money 100 times. Flight Simulator.
Guys, breaking news. Breaking news, everybody. From Ethan Ralph via Meowblock on Twitter. They call me DSP is the biggest dummy online. Wow. Polygraph tests are notoriously unreliable. The bank records were illegally obtained. Obviously, they are real, but he should have accused Stephen Cambion in furthering criminality and promoting pseudoscience, then just left the show. Would have at least kept Steve from making more money, LOL. You get what you deserve, stupid Phil. Ethan Ralph making a little bit of sense on the internet. What timeline is this?
Later, you begged for money 111 times. Call of Duty, you rage quit 9 times. They clip. And I got to tell you, I watched these with a counter going, he can't ask for money 101 times in one stream. They clip them all and they put them together. I don't know what beg more is, but you ask for money 101 times. We've got Wife is Strange, beg count 33. Life is Strange, I guess they meant.
Yeah.
Nightly Kingly begs count 65. Shadow of something 77 times. WWEC.
Wait. Wife is Strange. Sir V, Twitter update. Meowblock with the facts. As far as I can see it, apparently Raven's Dolphin is live, and Raven's sister, who is also with him, is so drunk, and she can't stop calling him dumb and regarded. She said he's so dumb that even a 16-year-old would be too advanced for him. Holy shit. This is crazy.
Times 145 begs in this stream, and all this person does, Phil, is go through your streams and then clip all the times you ask for money, and then they put it together, and I guess they make it kind of funny. I wasn't really like amused by this, but I'm just wondering, like, do you realize that you ask for money that many times in one stream?
Well, first off, I've never
the
watched any of
things.
this content, to make it clear. I don't actually
But he
know
knows who he
how
is.
truthful that is. I'm
I
certainly
went through
not
with
saying,
a counter, Phil. He's right. I mean, unless he's like AI, he's got like CIA level AI to make these clips of you asking for the
all I'm
money.
saying is I'm answering this question in perspective of I have no clue if anything that a detractor puts on their channel about me is true or not. All I can ask is from my perspective, right? I haven't seen that content. I can't really respond to it. But no, I mean, I do ask for contributions basically as soon as I start my podcast, and if we're talking about how I did the day before, I'll mention how we did, and I'll say, hey, let's hit the goals today. We have some goals in place. Here's the rewards coming up. If we have a reward that's scheduled, we'll talk about that during each podcast. I'll mention it several times for sure.
Well, this is why I brought up the autism, because I don't know if you know this, but people with autism have like perceptual problems and social problems, and they don't recognize social
Every 5 to 10
cues.
minutes.
And like that's what made me think that maybe you're on the spectrum, because a neurodivergent person or a person on the spectrum might not realize that they were asking that many times, and that this is what I'm saying. People with autism also have a problem with social norms. So like the social norm is ask for support once or twice a show. And I think most show hosts would agree with that. If you make 4 or 5, I don't know, but 88 times, 122 times, 56 times.
This is so true. Like he's being really kind to him. Like, hey, have you considered the idea that maybe you are special?
I'm not aware of anybody else. And this is what I did. I went to Twitch and I just started watching some random gaming streamers, and I got links from people to watch, and I watched from the beginning to the end. And over on Twitch, at least, most of the gaming streamers, hey, thanks for the support, give some subs, here's our goal tonight. And a lot of them didn't even have goals, but they would read the gifts or the tips or the cheers or whatever. But they don't ask so many times. So I think that's why, because it's just too much. You don't think it's too much?
Let me put it this way. The people who have issue with how much I ask are the people who benefit the most by bringing it up. It's that simple. People who make this kind of toxic content, an entire channel dedicated to counting how many times I ask for donations.
I agree. That's a little obsessive to count.
Damn.
Every single time that you ask for money together. But I have to say, Phil, regardless of whether you call them a detractor, they're factually accurate.
Okay.
Factually fucking biz.
You're broken in the fucking head.
I don't think that's a problem. I think that's a perception. Some people think it's a problem.
Don't you think some of the stuff is cringe though? Like, for example,
of course it's cringe. It's meant to be cringe.
It's meant
to be cringe.
Phil,
Yikes.
Was it last night or the night before that you were like, we got to hit this goal because I don't know if I can order Arby's
That's
tonight.
right. We got to get the Arby's the next day.
Jesus Christ.
Coming home from work. She doesn't want to cook. Let's get the Arby's.
This is kind of a deflection though. But don't you see how like what if I said
that's that's his cope laugh.
I would consider this cringe. Like, what if I was on my show and I said, I'd like to order pizza for my kids because I don't feel like cooking, but I need to get $50 in super chats first.
Okay.
I would never do that because I would think that is so cringy.
Well, that's different. Do you know the context? Oh,
the context. The context.
Ordering dinner for my family. That's actually not what it is.
No, then you do the review of 3 sandwiches. Come on.
Right. Yeah, which is an ongoing series I've been doing over a decade. And I actually canceled the series, and people gave me so much crap for like 5 years. These people were like, dude, why are you not doing the show anymore? We love DSP Tries It. So I said, hey, you know what? I'm doing well. we'll bring it back. If we hit,
I think that could be popular. Who's that? There's a real nerdy guy that does food reviews on YouTube, and he's got
Review of the week. Review of the week.
That
Review,
dude's
bro.
fun.
Yeah.
He's fun. He's nerdy as shit, but all he does is eat Taco Bell and Burger King and McDonald's. And
It makes it entertaining.
I
That's the
was
most
doing
important
that
part,
based
right?
Where he was, I just never blew up.
My
for it.
family.
the early pioneer. Yeah.
You know.
Let's go back though before I forget, because I'll take another one off the board here.
Mhm.
So one of the questions I got most as well is that people, and I think this is again just a misunderstanding. I got so many people sending me messages going, how can he say his expenses are this much?
True.
So this is just from the bankruptcy filing.
True.
1 month you're saying 9,000 is in expenses, the next month 5,000, the next month 3,100, the next month 4,400, the next month 43, 49, 5,200. You know, people are saying there's no way you can.
A lot
have
of
that
people are
much in
saying, guys,
business expenses. But is this a combination of both business and personal expenses?
See, here's the thing, and this is
Here's the
why
thing.
you have to understand when people start to bring this up. Anything that I say about this publicly at all, these people will take what I say, twist it, and then try to get me in trouble. All right. So I've been through this rodeo before.
If you're not, if you don't get in trouble, you can't. If you don't,
perspective about what
is there something that they shouldn't see, Phil?
When I'm going through the bankruptcy, okay, I have to provide all the information that they want, and boy, did they ask for a lot. They asked for everything.
I've been to bankruptcy hearings on the plaintiff side.
So you know all about how detailed it can be. Let me
Like he knows. How does Phil know,
here,
guys?
I was told both by my bankruptcy attorney and the judge involved that was the weirdest, most complex bankruptcy they ever had to do because my detractors kept messaging the judge. Okay, like every 5 seconds, they were messaging the judge saying, "Well, did you know he has this? Did you know he made this? Did you?" So the judge is like, "What the hell is this? Like, I'm just trying to do the bankruptcy, and I got 1,000 people on the internet harassing me for this shit. I don't even know what this means. Just listen to this. I know this is a little side. You'll get a laugh out of this though.
Oh, you'll find this hilarious.
This has to be online. So this is public information. What you're seeing right here, you can find this online. One of the things that happened was that the initial filing didn't list my cat Jasper as a financial asset. Okay. Why? Because my bankruptcy attorney didn't do it. Okay. It's that simple. Now,
it wasn't me.
Normally in any bankruptcy proceeding, no one would give two shits. But my detractors mass messaged the judge saying, Phil is lying to you and committing fraud to get his bankruptcy through. He has a cat and he didn't tell you. So
that's kind of petty.
And the judge had to hold a special meeting with myself and my attorney asking us why we didn't do this. Are we trying to scam them? So when this happened, the bankruptcy got blown into the most complex shit. I had to go through line.
He said all this before.
Line by line of all the things that I spent, what it went to, you know.
I know, but Phil, with respect, like this is a very simple question. When you're listing these expenses here, is that your total expenses, personal and business together, or just business expenses?
I actually don't know because that's what my bankruptcy attorney put together,
not Bowser Laugh,
properly per the law in Washington State. I don't know.
Can I talk to him about this and get some answers on that?
Damn, going straight to the source.
I mean, I doubt it, but
if you give your permission, he can talk to me.
Let me put it
I'm not in the business of explaining why.
Harassed by a zillion people. And
I'm not going to harass anybody. I'm going to ask him that very simple question that I asked you. Is this expenses your business or your personal or both?
My take on that would be that's probably what they considered whatever is qualifiable as the expense, whatever to qualify for the bankruptcy. You know what I mean? Like what
you know what I mean? I don't know what you mean.
For whatever they needed for this document, because I don't even know what this document is.
I actually don't know this dude is mortgage on his tax deductions. What? No, you're not supposed to do that. Even I know. It's only the room that you're running your business out of, Phil.
Is it meant to measure business expenses?
I'm an accountant. Most business owners know whether or not they're using personal or business expenses. I explained to him to have two separate accounts, one for personal, one for business. Well, shit, I better start doing one.
For example, I got
like that,
and I'm for sure.
Because for the most part, like everything that I do on stream that makes me money on Twitch and YouTube, I put towards taxes.
I know that in this time frame, he
The
didn't
microphone,
buy, for example, 2 new
the
gaming
computer,
PCs, backdrops,
the
microphones,
monitors,
or anything to improve
the
his
audio
show. So how does he
input.
have $9,000 worth of expenses? His show didn't
Right.
change at all over this
And-
6-month period.
And that's the thing. I don't know what's
Hell yeah.
considered
The
an
games that I
expense.
buy
don't
for
know if that's
PlayStation,
business or
'cause that's
personal.
also-
For example,
How cool is
this
that,
what I mean. I
bro?
can't speak
You can
to it
use
'cause I
games
speak
that
to
you
it, they're gonna
bought.
clip me and say, "See what Phil said," and
Because
they're
you're
gonna try
making
to get me in
money,
trouble,
making
right?
content.
But to give you some perspective here, this room that I'm broadcasting out of right now, okay, is only used for work. So therefore, this room,
Mine
for
too.
tax purposes and all of that, for somehow it's considered either an expense or a write-off. I don't know. Does that factor in to
All right,
this?
well,
I don't know.
let me help you a little bit because my wife is an accountant.
Damn.
Okay,
Boy,
maybe
is
maybe we'll
she
finally get some
strict.
answers
Well,
because
boy,
I don't
is she
know.
strict. But there's some other confusion. So some of the other confusion is that, and this is a simple question too.
Mhm.
Are you writing off like your whole mortgage payment as a business expense?
Damn.
Are
No,
you writing off
I don't think so.
all
No,
of
that's
your
I don't
not
think
utilities?
so.
It would
All right,
only,
so-
to my knowledge, it would only be.
You know, you
if
can
were
only
renting.
write off a percentage of your household
Uh-huh.
expenses
Yep.
because you're just using that one
should,
room.
should
for
I
your
be
business.
should I be very clear here? I'm not writing off anything. I have professionals who do my taxes, and it's not H&R.
Claire,
Block
hello.
or
How are you?
fly-by-night bullshit.
Welcome to the shit show.
Yeah.
We're being super toxic on the
Oh,
internet.
I know. They're on the bank league. I checked them out.
I pay tons of money for my taxes every year. Do them right.
Very cool to have you here.
Up and
Welcome.
down, left and right, they do a great job. So I don't know what's written off and what's not. I don't
How
know. I can't
how
There's actually
convenient that he
another
doesn't know.
So the asking for support, we'll go back to that because one of the other criticisms, I guess, is that you ask for support too much, and I think that maybe I can help you understand some of this. What you call
Glad to hear
haters or
it.
trolls.
Really glad to
Because
see
in some of
everybody
this
here
stuff,
across both
it's
YouTube
kinda,
and
like I said,
Twitch.
it's cringy,
We are dual
right?
streaming, and you can be a part of the show.
Sure.
If you type in exclamation point DSP into the chat, you'll get a random, carefully curated
Yes,
dark sci-fi sound
absolutely.
effect.
It's hammed up. It's hammed up on purpose. I'm not. Do you really think it's a big deal if I had Arby's on Wednesday or Thursday?
I don't know. You
Doesn't
made it
matter.
seem like a
It's
big
just
deal,
if
Phil.
jam it up,
You said
make
that it
people
would
get
piss you
motivated to
off.
do it, that way
in
we get it,
fact.
right? As opposed to if everything's never a big deal and you don't hype anything up, then who's going to have incentive to ever care about it? I'm a crowdfunded individual. You got to hype up these events. We're going to do a DSP Tries It. We're going to do a marathon.
Well,
Today,
some people say that you have this like bloated sense of self-importance, like the money's just yours. You earn,
No.
you deserve it.
No.
I want you to react to this and tell me the truth.
Okay.
You don't think that this is too much?
If you like my content, and if you can support the streams today, please do. In particular, I absolutely need help with tips today.
Uh-huh.
Tip me today. And I hit the
Tip me.
goals today. I'm
Tip
in a good
me.
position for tomorrow.
Who
If I
does
sleep
that?
Today and I hit
Who
none
does
of the goals,
that?
I'm fucked. And essentially, I'll be going grocery shopping. I guess we're gonna-
Crowdfunded individual is such a weird way. He doesn't say money either. He always says
for
support.
our day off. I can't even have a meal out or nothing.
And as a business owner, you need to know what either your accountant or your tax person is putting into your taxes. True.
So
At the end of the day, it's you
Test
as
me,
the tax.
bitch.
Thank you.
Right.
Yes,
No,
Jessica.
Lee, that's too much. But don't you understand?
At
that
the end
some
of the day,
people-
it's you, and the
All right,
taxpayer
so
has
if
the
your
ultimate
position is that
responsibility.
you're-
Yes, and don't you also have to sign on that dotted line saying, yes, all of this tracks, all of this checks out. You're the one at the end of the day. This is the thing he does. I have no responsibility. That's been put on my tax guy, who, guess what? Who tells the tax guy what to... Come on. The tax guy's just going to like look at all your paperwork and go, oh, okay, so you just bought 3 copies of Street Fighter Y?
doing this on purpose to make it cringy, and you're laughing about it's a joke. But some people,
Well, he fully
in your
knows
live
what his
chat
accountant is writing
really
off. He
don't
has to
know that
sign.
you're
Very
joking,
true,
and they might
yes.
think that you
No,
won't
no,
have-
no, 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 no,
You,
no, no, no.
Phil, you
No,
basically
no,
say
no,
this
no,
is
no, no,
great. It's such a grift, but it's grifty.
This
You
is-
ba- you
this is-
basically say like, if I
Listen.
don't get tips, I can't buy groceries, and I may be subjected to have to eat a lunch meat sandwich on my
That's
day
right.
off. I won't even be able to get takeout food.
And who wants to do that on their day off? When I'm
But
there
you're
6
putting
days a
that
week
on the
full time?
audience. You're putting it on the audience.
First off,
so.
I'm trying to remember that specific situation because I don't actually remember what the heck.
How convenient he doesn't
If
remember.
you're wondering why I'm saying tips, it's because tips I get immediately, so I could actually.
I can spend it on
something
my
right away. Like, for
WWE
example, you're getting a
champions
ridiculous amount of
addiction
super
and my
chats, but
alcohol
as you know, you don't get those
addiction.
right now. You got to wait like a month and a half before you get anything.
No, I got to wait until the 21st.
He wants
and
us to
I don't
believe his
live
accountant
paycheck
just
to
magically
paycheck,
knows
that's
what he
right.
can and can't lawfully
But also,
deduct. True.
In your defense, we talked about this a
True.
little bit off air.
Another RGB
My
light,
show
Phil?
doesn't pay
Is
any of
this
my
for your
house
business?
bills.
Yeah, it's for my
I have other
business.
sources of income.
Okay.
And and speaking of that, we'll get into that next because there's some other stuff there. I took another one off, and this one is about abusing users and taking advantage of users. There's some people that are like, why the stuff that he says. Let me share my screen again. We got another one to share with
Another
you.
one.
And I want you to react to this one and tell me, is this too much or is this
another one?
Is this okay? Because
Let's
Too much weaving of the lies happens to anyone. True. Once you get caught up, it's a lot easier to keep a coherent story when the story is the truth. Because then you have to remember, like, oh, what did I say to this person? What did I say to that person?
That people take things out of context. So I'll play it, and then you can explain it, and you can put it in context for me.
Sure.
Thanks for the money, dummies, because that's exactly what you fucking are. A bunch of fucking empty-headed idiots who paid me money to get absolutely nothing out of it. Thanks.
Oh, I know exactly what that is then. So literally every single day,
literally,
there are people who will send me small tips. I'm not talking they're sending me like a giant amount. They'll send me like $1. They'll send like a 50-cent super chat, and they'll.
So any amount that anybody sends to support this channel is always appreciated. It's never an obligation. Okay. This guy expects you to give him money because he's providing you with the content. Like, show up, support, and get the fuck out.
Put the most insulting possible message in there, insulting my wife, insulting me.
Oh,
and so
cringe, yeah.
That's response to that is saying, yeah, dummies, go ahead. Keep sending it to me because you get nothing out of it. Because I actually, if I remember this in context,
I wouldn't even say any of that shit. I would just say, hey, thanks for the $1 tip. And then keep it pushing. Like, don't even give them, you're giving them the gold dust by responding in this way. Thanks for the money, dummies. Now it's a soundbite. Now everybody knows. Now everybody knows that that was the sound effect that was brought on by you super chatting him or tipping him or whatever.
they were expecting me to read every message. And I said, I don't have any obligation to read any
These are
messages at
the
all.
best clips.
If you're
We
gonna
the
be
best
insulting,
music.
The moment that you cross that line, I'm just going to ignore you. So go right ahead. Send me tips. Send me super chats. Thanks for the money, dummies. Now you wasted your time because I'm keeping it and I'm not reading your message.
Damn.
All right. Well, I guess I could see that that's fair, but and maybe that's taken out of context. But from a public relations standpoint, it's really not. Do you agree that maybe it's really not good to have that clip out there on the internet because critics could use it against you?
There are 5 zillion clips of me out there, and they will never stop. So at this point, I could literally
say of him.
It doesn't matter.
Clips of him.
The things that they've said and done about me over the years, that there's so much vile stuff out there that it's just white noise at this point. You know what I mean?
There it is, the white noise. He always has his go-tos. He has his toolbox. And even then, it's not a good look, even with context, because he's trying to sell everyone the image of needing that money in the first place. You just can't spit on people at that point. True.
I just don't give a shit what they clip. I really don't. It doesn't bother
if you
me
like to lie so much, Phil, then just lie and say, hey, thanks for the $1. Hey, thanks for the $2.
Sort of,
and then keep it pushing.
On the same sort of thing about this is you asking for support.
Mm-hmm.
I like it, Claire.
I don't. Let's get your reaction.
It would be great if you could support the stream tonight in any way. It's going to be critical that you guys support the content.
Critical.
Really, if I don't get support on these streams, it sucks because that means that I'm not making anything on the videos. If you'd like to support my final stream of the week, please do in any way. I will give you a shout out. Last chance, if you'd like to support the stream in any way, I would appreciate it. Guys, thanks for being here. It would be great if you could support the stream in some way. But outside of that, any support would be appreciated. It'd be great if you could support tonight's stream. You've been asking me nonstop for variety. So I'm giving you variety. I'm giving you what you want tonight.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize this is like 12 minutes of you asking for money straight.
I need to pay
Damn.
3 to 4 more bills today. We really
No,
have.
but here, here's a perfect example. You're saying like, oh, I got to pay bills, so you guys have to pay up.
Okay,
Me out.
okay,
I'm
can we, hold on.
completely out
Let's
of
put,
money,
now let's
and I
put
need
it in
to pay
context,
at
shall
least
we?
3 to 4
Because it's not in
more
context.
bills. Today, we really have almost no support at all. Guys, it would be really great if you could support the stream today. We have had a very slow support stream. I don't know why.
Whoa.
I don't like having
Chrono Trigger, let's go.
Being honest, it's such a great game. You guys have asked for it for years. I wanted to play it for years. It kind of sucks to know that this is sadly a game that people aren't really digging. I don't know. We have another hour left. Okay, I'm just gonna be doing stories. You can
I'm gonna
see.
read the kick
It'd
chat.
be great if we could get some more contributions.
He actually said
Particularly, like I
it.
told you
This
guys
is
at
too
the
good.
beginning of
Everything
the
is out
stream,
of
I really love
context,
the
dude.
clips
Phil
right now.
seething.
I've got
DSP
my
get
day
a
off
job.
holiday and then big bills coming up right after. So tips.
The context of begging, LOL. Context doesn't matter, dude. You're asking for money for bills.
200 viewers on this.
That's your content, dummy.
I really don't.
Look at the
It's
pig
not a big
squirm.
deal. Chrono Trigger.
You
did
need
not
that
get
money?
support last night. I'm nervous that what's going to end up happening is this game ends up being the slow
Bill
game.
does not enjoy listening to himself talk. I think that's the truest thing I ever saw.
And also, the other stream I'm doing doesn't get support. That's going to be a concern.
Phil, would it really be the end of the world if you had two streams in a row where you didn't hit some goal that you have?
Apparently,
Today,
yes.
no. Back then, and some of these older clips, because those are clips that are way out of context from like during the.
And his name is John C.
Holy shit, Brady! Thank you for scaring the shit out of me, my friend.
Well, I've heard
All the
you
way
say
over on
that you were
Twitch.
gonna work on not asking for support, so
Happy Valentine's Day
how do
to
you think that's going?
you. No, you.
No, it's different now because the way that I ask is it a different way? Allow me to explain. Back then, as you saw in the older clips where you noticed the webcam's fuzzy, the quality shit.
Oh, let's
That
see,
was-
where is it?
That was when I was
There's
going.
some later clips in here too.
Remember
by
being
the way.
like Phil before I got sober? I was always saying stupid
That's
shit
why
that no
I'm
one
not gonna
believed,
put
and deep
best
down I
stream
knew
down
they
here on
didn't
the
believe
leaderboard,
it.
and we're gonna
Laugh
start
my
counting.
ass
We're not gonna
off.
do that.
Total
Ladies and
nightmare.
gentlemen,
I can't imagine streaming
yes,
it.
I am
Yeah.
once again, for the
In
fourth
front of a huge
straight
audience of
stream,
people that do not like
4
you
in a
and
row,
take joy in
I received a $150 tip from Jinx. That's
Cuck.
4 in a row. 6 streams in a row. We have hit the goals. All the goals.
You see what I can see what your detractors mean though. Like you seem to like guilt people. Like, well, we got.
You don't seem to. You do do it.
Times in a row.
The fact that he records his lies
you
and then
understand
tries
what
to
the law
fight
of
it. Yeah.
averages?
Where's the
Like,
context? Where's
okay,
the
you didn't
evidence?
hit it tonight,
Your
but you hit it
channel,
6 times in a row,
DSP
so if
Space
you don't hit it
Gaming.
tonight, it's not. I don't know. To me, it seems like it wouldn't be a big deal to miss it on
Right.
the 7th out of 6 streams, right?
You're right. It's about context. I'm trying to. I don't know what time period.
It's all love, Brady.
Because there's been
Better
different
be
times
drinking
when we had things going.
that
like
water.
A streak where that was the thing, was to keep it going and hit it every time. And like right now, for example, I don't care if I. Hit
Oh,
it
you
on
know.
the stream.
Hey, I need everybody across YouTube and Twitch right now to get your water.
I didn't say, oh no. I'm
Drink
so
up,
angry with
bitches.
all of you, the sky is falling in the world.
I have no water here.
Some of these clips.
This
where
is
you're
all
gonna say things
pantomime. I'm
such
a
as,
phony.
Well, if I don't have enough tips, I can't go grocery shopping or whatever. It's because it was true. It's because that was years and years ago at a time when things were
I got to
much,
get
much
it out the
But
freezer.
Phil,
That's
you
the
just said that
best.
you couldn't order
Ice cold
Barbies,
water. But also,
like, 2
I
days
also
ago.
fucks with room
Right,
temperature water.
and that's different. That's a joke. That's because we were hamming it up.
Oh,
We
it's a
wanna hit the goal.
joke. Guys, please give me money. Please give me money. Please give me money. It's a joke, guys. So whenever he says that he'll be pissed off if he doesn't hit the goal, he's just joking.
All right,
It's
listen,
just
if I
jokes.
go
It's
to
not
Pig-
real.
listen,
This is
if I-
real.
Phil, with respect, if I go to Pig Go right now
Drink that
and
water.
I put in the
True.
keyword term groceries, how long ago is the last time that you said if I don't hit the goal, I can't hit groceries?
Oh my God. Actual saying that I can't afford my groceries?
Today is the 13th of February, 2025. When's the last time you said to your audience, if I don't hit my goal, I can't buy groceries?
It definitely hasn't happened since I appeared on the casino. That's for sure. It definitely, I mean, I would think it probably hadn't happened.
The
Before
fact that
then.
you need those guys to class you up is pretty funny to me, but okay. Like, really?
No,
The
dude.
casino guys said don't ask for grocery money anymore, Phil?
Oh, no. What I'm saying is when I appeared on the casino, all right, for the first time in over a decade, people saw me in a completely different light. Instead
Well,
of me
they're-
just being
I think
destroyed.
Ashton is trying to run your redemption arc. That's what I think.
True.
You know, I wish that there is a road to redemption for all men. But some of the things that I've been through when investigating you is really scary. Like, I just want to ask you about the incentives and benefits. Like, do you really think that it's a benefit for your audience to see you put on a vest or put on a hat or eat a sandwich? Like, that's what you're rewarding them with? I don't.
It's not really a reward, guys. I don't know what would be considered a reward worthy of $150, but I know for sure it ain't fucking a
We already
vest.
talked about DSP tries it. Are you aware those goals don't exist anymore? They were phased out.
Phil, on
No, he
Smart,
ain't joking,
on
Brady.
Smart Show this week, you made people give you money so that you could eat snacks on stream. That's
Hell
another
yeah.
one of them.
Drink that
I didn't
shit.
make them. That's a reward for us hitting a support level.
Drink that
has
shit,
nothing
Navy
to do
vet.
with made them do it so that they didn't do it because of that.
But
He
you
says I
understand,
haven't
it's
done
the
that in
same as
ages,
asking
but
for
can't bring
grocery
himself to
money
say it was
almost.
wrong
Like,
because he
send me
doesn't
money
think
and I'll
it's
eat a
wrong, which is the
snack.
crazy thing. He
here's
knows
the
that
deal.
other
No, but
people
here's the
would
point.
see
I
it
understand your point. Let me
as
respond.
wrong.
There is a distinct difference.
But there's that block. He can't bring himself to say it out loud because he knows it's true.
But
And that gives the people that are calling him out on it the satisfaction.
when I was actually financially distraught, legitimately financially distraught, okay, and I'm on my stream and I'm saying, please support the stream today.
Insanity's the correct word. This guy is insane.
Don't
To think that anybody would believe this shit.
because I need the money for tomorrow to do something with it, right?
Like
That's a
what?
lot
Get your
different
hair
than
cut?
anything I'm doing
That's
today.
essential, right?
Today
I
is
guess.
positive reinforcement.
Wear a hat. Buy a hat. You have hats, by the way,
I've
actually.
kind of learned a lot from the casino since I've
Oh,
been
me
on
too,
there and
yeah.
I've watched them, how they do. They positively incentivize their audience, right? Instead of saying it's a negative unless you support, you say, if you support me enough, I'll give you a positive. That's a different kind of reinforcement that I'm learning and I've instituted in my content. So every
Instituted.
time we hit 10 goals, we all talk on streams about what is it you want me to do. Just this morning on my kick chat, someone said, I want Phil to try the Shamrock Shake from McDonald's because he shit talks it all the time. But when was the last time he actually had one? And I was like, it's true. I don't even remember. Probably 15, 20 years ago. And I hated it. So people want to see me do that as a reward. So that's a positive incentive.
Maybe.
We hit a certain amount of goals. I'll get it. We'll do a taste test video. And I know another thing that you're thinking, because you're probably thinking, well, how is Phil eating something a reward for his viewers, right? Well, there you go. See, I'll play devil's advocate to myself here, right? Like, here's the thing. If I were to say every time that we hit a support goal, I don't know, I'm going to raffle off something. I'll raffle off a portal coaster. We'll do this or that. So who benefits from getting the portal coaster? One person. One person will get this portal coaster. Everyone else who tries to get it.
Look, Shamrock Shake
Phil,
and the McRib, we do not take that slander in this corner of the internet.
Or your socks.
Those are
Like,
jokes. You don't really do that. PPP and Ashton, or excuse me, PPP and I care about that. We're joking. It's
All right.
incentive to try to get people to support, sure, but it's not a real reward.
All right,
That's
well,
hamming it up over the top.
Here's
But if
where I think you can make some progress.
The
with all
grocery
of
store,
the
pet
haters
store,
in the
and the
chat.
dump.
Okay.
Will
All
you
excuses.
commit for the next 6 months?
These excuses
to
work
not
on his
ask
mom who
for
wants to
money
get him
for
away
your
from her.
bills, your
Yes.
mortgage, your
Ice Marbles,
internet
true.
payment, your car payment.
Mhm.
Will you commit for the next 6 months to not beg or ask, e-beg for
It'll
money
never happen.
for your personal
Detective
expenses?
Detractor, welcome.
I have not done that for ages.
I don't know, man.
Since I've been out in Casino, since now I do something positive.
Hope you like what I done with the place. How is eating snacks and food a reward for his audience?
By the
Good
way,
question. Considering how much he
learning
spends
from
on
you. So
DoorDash,
I
he
didn't
could
start
just get
goal
a
tonight, so
bunch of codes on
just set the goal
Humble
now. We want
bundle.
50 super chats, any amount,
There you go.
and I will eat Arby's for that. Thank you.
There you go.
There's a market out there. I think he's testing the waters when he was showing off his feet and doing the mukbang. Like, he can't be real when he's like eating food on camera, bro. Like he looks like an animal. He looks like an alien.
Yeah, and
Now,
I've
what are you gonna
started-
get?
I've
What are you gonna
started the
get?
goal.
You
I don't
gonna-
know. I think I want to try the burgers because I saw what you did, and you're right. I
It's good.
drive by an Arby's on the way to my cabin. The only thing I've ever liked from Arby's is curly fries.
Ooh,
My
cabin.
wife likes some of the old sandwiches, but they stopped making some of them. I don't know.
Yeah. I
I'll
know.
get a burger. I'll eat Arby's if
I
he
think
gets
you'll like-
50 super chats. But
I do
don't
think you'll like the
believe in
burger.
DoorDash, so they have to wait until I actually physically go get the sandwich.
There you
I
go.
don't believe in. Oh, that's another criticism. Do you do DoorDash like twice a week, or how much do you do DoorDash?
I do. I usually, if I'm not going out on my day off, I will DoorDash one meal that my wife and I share as like a dinner, so we don't have to cook, because we literally cook every other day at home.
Who's we?
Or if I'm doing one of these big rewards after hitting 10 or so goals, we'll DoorDash the meal to show up so I can do the video live, because no one wants to sit around while I'm going out to get the meal and come back. They want the food to be here on time during the stream.
Wait a minute. This is coming from the guy that like spends at least 20 minutes in the bathroom.
That's what I love. Nestle Crunch.
I'll tell you what, I get a home cooked meal every day because the in real life female style waifu loves to cook and I love to eat. Keto food.
But no, I don't DoorDash.
We're getting a big
every
X
meal.
to gout on that one.
Listen,
Let's
I
throw it
have
up.
Lost something like 40 pounds in the last, 5-6 years. How could I have done that if I was door dashing?
He does not like
every
Twitch, but he
day? It
pays for
doesn't even make any
Prime.
sense, you know what I mean?
They
I'm
give
eating healthy
GOG
meals that my
codes
wife
that
is
could give
eating.
away.
Nearly
Yeah,
every
and he
day.
also gets like
Well,
3 or 5 free gifted
that's
subs on
fair, but
YouTube,
are
doesn't
you
he?
gonna commit to not asking for personal expenses for 6
Whale calls and Hogan
Sure, because I
pulls.
don't do it now. Again,
And he
I
just
don't-
doesn't want to stream. He just wants to make money with the least amount of like effort as possible. So he'll get up and he'll he'll fuck off for 20 minutes. Like I get it. Like I also have like a be right back screen, but it plays clips from my Twitch over the course of like the 17 years I've been doing this. And it's not that hard. So like he only has like maybe what 10 or 12 good clips on his playlist, and it's like the same shit over and over again.
All right, I'm
ask for
gonna
personal
hold you
expenses
to that. I'll be checking Pig Go every week.
You will. Now, here's what you gotta do,
Keywords:
though.
groceries, mortgage, day off.
That's fine.
You can't
I
ask
don't-
for money for your day off.
The only
either.
thing, Claire, the only thing that Phil researches is how much the shit is, because if it's more expensive, then it's better
Ask for money
automatically.
for your day off, because that's a little cringe, Phil.
The ever consumer. Snort Hogan coming through with the heat once again. Thank you, Snort, for the clip. Thank you, Steven, for the interview. And I guess thank you, Phil, for being so weird. What's wrong with you, guy? What's wrong with you? Well, I know what's wrong with me. We're only like 2 videos into our 5 video epic playlist that I have right here. We just got done watching 2 Snort Hogan videos. And now coming up next, DSP tries it Mimology 101. It's a 42-minute banger. I can't believe it. So much shit has gone down. And we're only just talking about the interview. As all of this stuff is going down, I'm scanning Twitter, and the Ravens Dolphin thing with King Sly has just popped off, and I'm getting updates, and it sounds absolutely insane. So we might call an audible and see what's going on over there. But we're definitely got to get to this Mimology 101 video, because when it comes to Dick Stroke and Phil vlogs, DSP tries it. It's 1 and 1A for the best edited videos on DSP that you can possibly see. So I hope to see you all in the next one. We're going to cut the part right here. And until next time, y'all, take care. Be safe. I love each and every one of you platonically and consensually. Please stay happy, healthy, and hydrated, or else. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
This live stream may contain mature material some viewers might not find suitable.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of the Level 99 live stream, where we are feeling fine all the way up here at Level 99. I hope you're all happy, healthy, and most importantly, hydrated. And if you're not hydrated, what the fuck are you doing here? We only get your dehydrated ass out of here and get yourself some water because we don't fucks with that. Seriously. Watching your bumpers really makes, watching your bumpers make me really Adult Swim. Well, that's exactly what it is. I have reverse engineered early Adult Swim bumps into the live stream, including this. So yeah, I always do appreciate when other people appreciate the vibe and the flow that I'm going for over on this corner of the internet. Broside Phil's also a fan, and I'm a huge fan of Broside Phil. And if you're slandering the good name of Broside Phil, I'd love to have a conversation with you about it. Because bro has been the bro-migo, and I will not take any slander on his appearance on the Truth Seekers podcast just yesterday. And I'm only bringing this up because now, ladies and gentlemen, your main event of the evening. DSP Tries It Mimology 101 dropped 16 hours ago. DSP gets cooked by police officer in interview exposing him, pressed to do polygraph test. This is what I was waiting for. The triumphant appearance of one Broside Phil. Let's go ahead and enjoy this together. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. All credits from this clip go to Truth Seeker Show on YouTube. Full stream on their channel. You love to see it because Steve was kind enough to let all of us enjoy his live stream, and from what I've last seen, he's got about 10K views on the video. So big ups to Steve and the Truth Seeker Show. I hope all the best for you.
From my perspective, the reason I'm doing the interview is because this May, people who watch Truth Seekers is usually people who are interested in UFOs and the paranormal and stuff like that. To have a normal conversation with someone in that community may have people be interested and maybe come check out some gameplay or a podcast or something of mine, right? It's new exposure, which is a good thing.
I owed the state over $5,000. I owed my tax attorney over $5,000. All of that money, that was phantom money that I didn't have, got
Phantom
charged
money.
to my credit cards and completely and utterly maxed out. Any remaining credit that I had was maxed.
I like this new intro.
Why would I drop from your show?
Well, now, because now things are going to get kind of spicy. So I have one post-it note here. Can anybody read what that says? It says polygraph test. It says polygraph test. I don't know if you know this. Ashton from Kino knows it, and Andy Worski knows it.
I'm sorry, you have your handwriting's a little
basically
scratchy
certified
there.
Polygrapher. So for the rest of tonight's broadcast, I'm going to ask you to answer all the questions truthfully. And then after the show, I'd be willing to come to you and administer a polygraph to make sure you're answering the following questions from here on in truthfully. And failing that, I happen to find a retired FBI polygrapher.
Because
So that you could clear your name. Like everybody keeps listen, Phil, everybody keeps saying you're lying about a lot of stuff that we're going to get into next. So here's what I'm here for Ashton from Kino and Andy Worski, who want you to have the redemption arc. I thought, what better way of redemption than passing a lie detector test? What better way to prove all these evil detractors wrong? I've got a polygraph set up and a chair, right? It goes in a briefcase. I could take it on a plane. I could be at your house in a couple of days. I need a little bit of time to, get the plane ticket and figure it out. But like, Phil, what better way to shut up all your detractors forever? You say those bank leaks aren't yours, right? We'll put you on a polygraph and ask you that question again and verify that you've been telling the truth this entire time and you haven't lied about that.
Okay.
So
can I respond?
Yeah.
Okay, so first off, what you have to understand is very simple. All right. What you're proposing to me is an opportunity to prove my detractors wrong. Okay.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what this is. all
So
right?
he's setting up the
It's a
argument.
great opportunity. He's
My-
repackaging it.
And by the way, by my own expense, I'm going to pay for the other polygrapher. I'm going to pay for the flight, the hotel. I'll pay for my meals. You don't have to pay for anything. I'm going to
Allow
pay
me
for it
to
all.
respond because you're not letting me respond.
Oh,
Allow me
go
to
ahead,
respond
go ahead.
properly to it. And I answered
Asshole.
everyone, and you said, "Oh my God, you said the truth on every single answer."
Yeah, but
They wouldn't care.
Let me be very honest with you, Phil. I don't think that you'll pass either polygraph, and that's why you won't take it.
That's
I don't
fine.
think you can pass a polygraph.
Hold
He's
on,
at $14
Based
right
on
now.
the evidence that I found, and
Sucks to be
we're gonna show it
sucks.
to the audience.
Sucks
Did
to
I say
suck.
no yet?
You can't. Well, let's go. What
Did I
make a
say
decision?
no yet?
Make the decision.
I'm explaining to you. the
Shit or get
situation.
off the pot. There's
All
a
right?
road to redemption right here. Right here, I'm giving you the road to redemption.
If
You could
want,
piss it away, and people are going to shit on you forever for passing up this road to redemption, or you could take the high road here. But
so let me. So here's the definitive answer. Okay.
okay.
The only way I will do it is if it actually benefits me, and it
Didn't he make
proving my
$300
detractors
earlier
does
today,
not
though?
benefit me in any way. So
Well,
what-
assuring your supporters that you didn't rip everybody off while you
That-
were spending tens of thousands of dollars on a mobile game would
My-
go a long way towards healing maybe
My
some
sup-
of your old supporters.
Nope.
Didn't you lose supporters over the bank leaks? Didn't people walk away from your show and never give you money again? Wouldn't they
I
come
have no
back
idea.
and say, I
No,
was
they-
wrong about
I have
No,
no
they would
idea.
not come back.
How
That's
convenient.
They would never come back. Those kind of people, if you're already going down this crazy cold
That I don't know, but I'm sure they wail
it
out.
doesn't matter anymore. You're already got your mind made up, and nothing's ever good enough. I know because I've gone through this over a decade now. Contacting my
and
my
here
tax attorney.
I just want to show you this because I have a lawyer. I have a lawyer in my family. So he's
Uh-huh.
written a non-disclosure agreement between you and I, which basically stipulates that if whatever records you show with me, I'm only going to use to confirm or deny if you're telling the truth about all of this.
Specifically
I'm not
deny.
going to share any personal information, account information, any identifying thing that could, because your argument is always, oh, this would put me in more danger. I'm going to look at the invoice and verify that you spent $1,500 over these bank leaks to clean it up. Whether you paid a tax attorney, a tax accountant,
That's
a
all.
lawyer, whatever.
That's what it is. It's all the tax attorney /
All
accountant.
right. Well, I'll give you this non-disclosure agreement, and then you don't have to worry about me disclosing anything other than yes.
Seems
he paid
very
a tax
fair.
attorney $1,500.
He doesn't have
clean
to
up this
lift a
bank
finger.
leaks mess.
Okay, but
An opportunity
what's the
to
point?
clear his name.
The point is to prove that you've been telling the truth because I don't think you have been about the bank leaks
Damn.
specifically.
Just
And
straight
I
up
don't
told him.
care if you believe me or not. It doesn't
don't
affect me in any way, shape,
care.
or form.
All right.
Does it?
So you don't care?
No, I don't. I don't
Wow.
care.
Here's the problem, Phil. You talk a lot of shit about your detractors, but they have receipts, and you never showed receipts.
What
You
receipts
understand?
do they have exactly?
Well, we're gonna. I'll show you, but first let's do this here.
What receipts besides circumstantial stuff or stuff that they claim
All right. All right.
is real, but it's never
Circumstantial.
been proven?
It's
What-
circumstantial. We're gonna get into it then. Do you understand that like people can track things down? So
Sure.
you know where those leaks came from, right? They came from an audio recording of somebody who socially engineered on their telephone basically calling an online teller at your bank and listing off all of the charges for that whole 18-month period. And here's what I found out in the course of my investigation. Let's just take a
On
listen.
September 13th, a pre-authorized payment of $120.27 from Comcast. On September 13th,
We saw this part, right? We already saw this part, right?
$112.28
Power
from
to sip
Apple
true.
iTunes. On September 13th.
All right, so it's enough to say that somebody sat on a telephone for 5 hours. Now, I went through the first 5 hours of it. It matches the bank leaks 100%. And I also contacted the bank. This is the online teller at the time. That's the voice they use. So for somebody to fake this, they would have to have the software development
Yeah, he
kit
made
for the telephony
$305 on the
for
early stream.
this
Jesus.
bank
I guess the
software
grift
and
worked.
The text to speech
Poor old
that's
me.
used in this. They need the software development kit. Do you
Good
know
for
what
him,
that
I guess.
costs?
Like, I don't
No,
get mad when he makes money, when he gets money. Like, get your money, whatever. But like, of course, like I've seen him make enough money.
It costs tens
to know
of thousands of dollars.
Now
Somebody would have had to spend
everybody
tens of
bailed out on
thousands
him.
of dollars.
There's
to
not going to be
fake
enough
this
money to keep it
5-hour
up. So
phone
then he's
call
going to
with
fall
your
back
online
down.
bank teller, Phil. You mean to tell me that some crazy evil genius figured out how to fake a 5-hour teller call and then put it all on spreadsheets as well? It's all fake. Look at the spreadsheet.
Okay.
It correlates to the audio recordings. 100%. So and look at this. You're telling me somebody faked all this? This isn't you?
I'm still waiting for you to finish so I could respond.
Yeah, okay. We
I'm
did
not
see
finished,
this.
so
Yeah.
respond so far, and I got more for you. I got a lot more for you, Phil. You can either admit that the bank leaks are real and those are your charges, or you can continue to lie to your viewers and everybody else. It's up to you. I told you about that road to redemption. So come on. What are we going to do here?
So are you done now, or do you have more to say about the bank leaks? I'll respond to all of it when you're done.
Damn.
Well,
What an asshole.
the reason that people are so upset, you could see in these charts, it shows that you spent more on transactions most month than your mortgage payment while you're begging your audience for money for your bills.
That wasn't my question. My question is, are you done talking about the bank leaks so that I can respond and we can move on?
No,
Or do you
yeah, I could
have
show you
to
more
talk about?
evidence. I could show you more evidence.
All
right.
I'm just waiting for you to be done, and then I'll respond.
Oh, we're booing
All right,
him.
I'll show
You can also
all right,
exclamation
fine,
point boo in the chat, and it'll get you the booing sound effect. It's the way he does it, and he has to play the victim, beg, and beg some more. It works. It's a winning formula. There you go, J-Dog. Thank you.
And here's why. Curls and twirls. Is that your wife, Phil?
Oh my God.
No.
On the website, you're going to say that's not her? Do I got to get a facial recognition expert to show that's her?
I don't think that's her.
Where to get your haircut, Phil? Where to get your haircut?
I'm
not going to tell you.
You can't tell me because you get your haircut at Curls and Twirls.
Did you hear what I just said?
Your wife's on the website, Phil.
Steve, are you listening to what I'm saying?
Jesus.
hear what I just said?
Trying. You said you can't tell me.
Suddenly Phil
because your
isn't big and
detractors
tough
will
when
use it
Kylo pulls
against
out the
you.
That's not what I
lightsaber.
said.
I'm getting
At
that
all.
guy from the Fifth
tell me
Element.
again, I'm
You gotta
sorry.
calm
Has
down.
anybody watched The Fifth Element? I love that movie.
You're excited.
It's the villain, the guy with the plastic part and then
Oh,
the comb
I got you,
over.
Phil. I
And
got
I'm
you.
actually-
I
I'm
haven't even
actually-
started on these bank leaks.
I
There's
want
a
to-
mountain
Marvel's
of evidence
scumbag
that
ain't
it's
shit.
you.
He thinks he's got something, but he ain't got shit. He's already said it many times before he goes to Curls and Twirls. Dude, I took a long break from DSP and had this interview pop up. Nothing has changed. Well, J-Dog, you're in the right spot, my friend. We like to cover all things in the Vortex and Vortex adjacent. There's actually a lot of characters in this cavalcade, in this menagerie.
They'll find them. They'll still fuck with their public
All right.
information.
So can you show me the
They'll harass
receipts to where you get your haircut during the bank leaks period that wasn't Curls and Twirls then, privately?
Steve.
Sports clips, maybe?
That's the problem.
Number
Your
one.
detractors have receipts. You don't have any receipts, Phil. You have excuses and lies
there's
and
no
obfuscation. You're trying to
Okay.
keep the grift going. I get it. Because if
Listen
people
to
know for sure those bank leaks
They're
are
not
yours, nobody will give you money ever again. Because
I
you,
ask-
you
No,
begged
they
for
will.
money to pay your bills and
They
you,
will.
you spend it on stupid shit.
Can I ask you a question quickly?
Yeah.
How do you expect to get anything out of the show if you won't let me talk? Like, I'm trying to talk to you and you keep yelling over me.
Well, you keep telling me that I got to show you more evidence. I've already showed you a
Oh,
mountain of
I didn't
evidence.
say
you can't
that.
explain.
I
you
didn't
can't
say-
explain this.
I didn't say you have to show me any more evidence. I said, can I respond now? Or are you going to?
And it's been such a long time.
Obviously, I'm going to give my.
It's been such a long time since Grandma's Boy. I don't remember
Unless
anything.
this is all you had was the.
I have a
bank
very
leaks. I don't know.
bad
I don't know.
No,
memory
I've got an awful lot more, but you know,
because I'm a pothead and I've received many blows to the head.
Within a shadow of a doubt,
The
confirm
CTE
that
is
that
real.
information is actually real.
I believe so. Yes.
So you're saying you can confirm it?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Because
You
of because of the correlations between things you mentioned on your show.
No.
And
That's
the
not what I'm asking.
Charges.
That's
and
not
the
what I'm
charges.
asking. That's not what I'm
Phyllis
asking.
cornered and can't get
No.
out.
I'm not
Phil-
asking you if you think that could be my information. I'm saying, can you confirm that call?
Well, not 100%, but the preponderance of the evidence can confirm.
There you go.
Here we got
can't
the Burger
confirm it's real,
King.
right? Why
Mm.
can't you
So-
confirm it? Because it was obtained through a federal crime. Do you understand that?
Yikes.
So you don't know if it's real or not. So why do you think?
No,
you're doing that?
I have a reasonable suspicion based on available evidence that it's real.
That's fair enough.
Here you are
Oh,
crying
no,
about
no, no,
Burger
no,
King.
no, we're not done yet. We're
Here
not
you
done
are
yet.
crying about Burger King,
Steve,
and there's a Burger King charge at the same time on the bank leaks. Is that a
Steve,
coincidence? You
I'm
tell me.
trying to answer you, and you're already moving on and talking over me. Do you understand why you're gonna have a hard time getting guests moving forward if you act like
I don't have a hard time getting guests because I don't really. Yeah, I don't. I
I'm
do
trying
most
to-
of my shows solo. I don't care if I have a hard time getting guests.
I'm trying to be.
Hey, I'll be a guest on the show.
You came here tonight to clear some things up. I thought I'm trying to help you
No,
find that
actually-
road to redemption, and
actually,
you're just
no, that's-
obfuscating, and you're
Organa,
That's not
welcome
what I'm
back.
doing.
Hello. The Goblin Detractor.
Come on the show. And you said that you wanted to talk
Where are my
about
tag
Assassin's
titles?
Creed. You
We
wanted
did.
to bring
Do I
up
have to
some
do a
of the
Bobby
things that
Heaton?
might
I love
say.
both the
It
references.
was gonna be about 90 minutes to
I
about
can't
2
believe
hours,
Sid
and
of
I
John
agreed, and that was it.
did
Oh,
a
you
John
gotta run already.
Taffer
Come
on
on.
Phil.
I'm
Yep.
not- what are you talking
Zorg is the
about?
guy
Who's
from the
running?
Fifth Element.
I'm not
Thank
running.
you.
Come on.
Thank you.
You say you want to address
Very
it.
true.
So let's go through this video, and you tell me where it's wrong.
Okay, hold
There
on.
are entries in the bank
Why
leaks
do we have
for
to?
beauty
Can you please
slash
pause the
personal
video so I
hygiene.
can respond?
Yeah.
I don't
I
want to
want
hear
talk, but
this
you still
factual
haven't let me finish
observation.
a single answer yet. You have great reason and suspicion to accept it or think that it's real, but you can't 100% prove it.
I
That's
believe a
correct.
judge and jury would agree with me
That's
in a
fine,
court of law.
but you can't prove it, correct?
Nothing can be proved 100%. You're right, but the
Okay.
correlations.
Now,
Phil, eight
No,
times
no.
on your show you talked about getting a haircut, and the charges are there at the appropriate dates. That's a coincidence. That's all a coincidence.
dude, you're doing it again. You're not. You're talking and screaming over the guest instead of having a conversation.
You're not
All-
answering the questions. You're talking in
Oh, he's
circles.
getting
and making
mad.
Excuses.
I'm giving my answer. You still haven't let me finish. Okay? It
So
is.
you don't want to address the correlation. There's 20, 30 of them
Steve,
where you talked
Daddy,
about
chill.
something and it's on the bank leaks. It's on the bank leaks.
which we
you
can't
talked about-
verify are real.
You talked about 8 haircuts and 8 times it's on the bank leaks. Let's get into this.
Which we
Since we
can't
have a
verify
control,
are real.
that being Phil's hair,
He's
we
verifying
can
it
see
right
if
now.
Phil got a trim around the times in which beauty and personal hygiene were logged.
Steve,
The oldest entry is October 14th.
Steve, I don't
You're
want to
wasting your
see the
time.
If you're
facts.
unfamiliar with the banking industry,
I guess I am,
sometimes
because
a
you
charge
want
will
to tell the
post and
truth.
clear the same day.
Did you also know that you were caught lying a great deal about the police investigation and all of that stuff? You've been
Police
caught lying.
the police investigation of what?
You lied about when you talked to the police because people did the same. Retired law enforcement officer did FOIA requests, which prove you lied in that side scrollers interview. 100% proves you lied
Damn.
about all of this
I
bank
have
leaks.
no
got him.
idea what you're talking about.
That's
You-
all
I
right.
don't- Well, I
What
got a
police
video.
did-
Another one.
I got
I
a
don't-
video, but
What I
Jerry
don't get
wasn't
is that
talking
DSP
about
says
this
what
as
happened was a crime. Well, if
a
the leaks are
retired
fake, then it's
law
not a
enforcement
crime.
officer
So it's
friend
Phil
whose work
confirming
I
that.
checked,
So
and
it
I
isn't
also
Phil
verified his
confirming by
FOIA
saying it's a
request and
crime.
spoke to the
This is
local
true.
police to
Steve,
verify what he
PPP
did
actually
was
said
accurate.
something. It was Schrodinger's bank leaks because
So
if
you
they
talked to
if
the
they were
bank- if you
real,
talked to
then
the
it was a
bank-
crime.
you
But if it
talked to the
wasn't
bank and
real,
said somebody got
then
access to
it
my
doesn't
account
matter.
illegally, they
Nope.
would have filed the appropriate police reports, talked to the detectives.
then
and
it's not a
followed up on
crime.
that. They
Well,
did.
I don't. Well, I
And
don't
you
know why they
lied.
didn't.
You lied about when you
Whoa,
said
I
the
don't know.
police only investigate human trafficking or something.
No, hold
We've
on.
got
a
another
second. Wait,
video
wait,
for
wait,
that.
wait,
We've
wait,
got
wait,
another
wait.
video for the FOIAs proving you lied again.
Wait.
Hell
So,
yeah,
hold on
my
a
my
second.
favorite four
So you're
words.
saying that
FOIA.
I'm lying completely about the bank account. Like I still have this bank account. It's real and it's still open. And I'm
Honestly,
using
Phil,
it.
I'm losing track of your lies. I don't know what you've lied about because you lie about a lot of
You're
stuff.
bringing up 10 points, and every time I try to address one, you move on to another. So I can't address any of your points.
Well, there's a lot
I
of
can
lies
clarify.
there.
I can
Why don't you-
clarify.
Yeah, go ahead.
Damn.
And
Yeah,
by
sure.
the way, I've checked this person's credentials. They really are a retired law enforcement
Hold on,
officer.
Steve. I'm asking you. You were just mentioning. You said if there's fraud involved with the bank account, the company is required to file a police report about the fraud with the bank account. Correct?
Yeah. So I think you never reported any of this to your bank. You just got a new bank account and moved on. That's what I believe.
So you're saying I manually closed the bank account?
Manually.
I don't know
With
what
a new
happened.
bank
I
account.
know that if you would have reported fraud to your bank, they were required by federal banking regulations and federal law to fill out police reports.
And this is
and
new.
open a
This
fraud
is new
investigation.
information
They
to me.
didn't
I've
do
never
that.
had this
correct.
situation
100%
happen. So
correct.
And by the way, I'm just saying that as the husband of somebody whose wife worked in the fraud department at a major Fortune 500 bank for 20 years. She did this every day. And I think that's because the bank leaks are real. and that's your
Yeah, they're
banking information, and you didn't want, you just wanted to glaze over this so that you could keep going with the e-begging grift. That's
Stephen,
what I think.
the more damning thing about this, however, is the fact that during the Side Scrollers interview, he stated that he didn't file a police report because during a threat case, which was done via email, it was a Swedish email company, I think it's protonmail.com, which very truly did threaten Phil Burnell, saying that they wanted to kill him and do terrible stuff.
We got that police report.
Totally got that. I've got that. I actually, I have every police report from the time that Phil Burnell lived in Washington until present day, as of about 2 months ago. However, he said that during that time he spoke with a detective, and the detective said that, we don't really do cybercrime. Now, he lives in Renton. I live in a small town in the Midwest. Now, my jurisdiction, my unit size, my entire police department was 50 men. I personally did crimes like Philip Burnell is talking about here. I worked them personally. I was quite good at them, to be quite honest. So it didn't make sense to me. So I called the detective because the detective's name was in the police report. And when I spoke to the detective,
by the way, that call's recorded, Phil. We have the receipt.
And I have the recording. I when I spoke to the detective remembered Phil. Lickety split. He goes, no, I remember him. Yeah, for sure. I said, great. Here's what I have.
Wait. The detective.
Oh, he was locked the hell in. No wonder bro side is so chill for cops. City cops are a totally different animal with all the shit they have to deal with.
What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on?
Shut the fuck up.
And also, bro's just a good guy.
Well, the detective,
he gives everybody like a chance.
The narrative affidavits. Was a detective Steve. I have the narrative affidavits.
I spoke to
was
a
a detective.
Woman.
The narrative affidavits.
I don't care about your narrative.
The narrative
says he doesn't care.
which is recorded by law. He remembered you when he spoke with you. 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 He asked you. He went through everything. I said, "Can you?"
Okay.
We've got the receipts here, Phil, of you lying to the side scroller guys.
Okay. Now stop. No, stop playing the video because I have something to say. What's the case number?
Stand by, please. I have that up.
I would have asked Phil what this case number was first.
That's written. Hold on. This is the case number for this is the email, right? Stand by. Hold please. 21-532.
Right?
That's correct. That is the case number.
5-year-old energy.
And what is the name of the person who you think was responsible?
There you go, J-Dog.
The investigator that I spoke with was Detective. Stand by, please. Christopher Edwards.
That is not the person who I spoke with. I have completely different information here, and it was a woman.
Great. Who's that person? I'll happily call them.
What's her name? We'll call them and verify.
I'm not going to say it publicly. I can give it to you.
Oh, come on, Phil, with the obfuscation
how convenient.
again. Isn't it convenient? Every time pressed for receipts, you don't have one.
I have.
We've got a mountain of receipts here, Phil. You don't have any receipts.
Damn.
You have excuses.
Do you really want this person to be publicly harassed? That's why I'm going to give it to you.
She's a police officer. I think she could take it. I think.
Hold on. Phil, I'm gonna go on your side, Phil. Trust me. You know I'm a detractor channel. I don't want to go on your side, but I'm going to go on your side.
Damn.
Phil, you give that name to Steven. Completely unbiased.
We'll privately check into it. We'll
check into that. I won't publicly name that person. I will not ostracize you for it. I will talk with her. If you are correct and she tells me, yep, I told Phil Burnell or I told anybody we only work human trafficking, I will publicly apologize.
Now hold on a second. Why on earth?
He loves apologies. So like he's like getting to his.
Do you have any idea how much honor, integrity, and honesty is bound to law enforcement? It is their career.
The conversation that I had with this woman, okay, was in regards to that email, okay, but also while I was having that same conversation with her, I said, hey, I'm curious, since you're here with me talking about this online harassment, I get all kinds of fraudulent chargebacks against my PayPal account all the time. And I've got these people's email addresses.
Yes, fair to a fault. I would have just jumped down his throat, to be honest.
For sure.
But I'm an asshole.
I'm toxic.
Like
that whatsoever. And her response to me, I'm paraphrasing because obviously I didn't
course.
record the conversation, was,
I understand.
no, we would not look into anything like that whatsoever. We don't have the capacity. Basically, anything that we have to do with kind of online stuff is essentially child and human trafficking.
I'm getting
That's
pissed
all we
off
can
at
really
Phil.
handle. However, if you want,
It's very
you can contact
easy.
the FBI in Seattle.
Just to lighten the mood a little bit, I just want to thank everybody. We hit our goal tonight, Phil. So I'm going to have some Arby's burgers,
Good.
and I made a stretch goal for overtime because I learned it by watching you, Phil. I learned it. If you hit one goal, set another one, right?
Well, yes.
Damn.
Hey, that makes it all the better for me. No lie. The fact you don't know me, cool. I'm not, whatever. My point is this. I take my honor, my integrity, and my honesty very, very seriously. I am not outside the scope of law enforcement. I work for a private company now, but my honor, my integrity is everything. To that end, I hereby decree and state, it'll be on the recording when I contact whoever the fuck it is. I don't know this person's name. Okay. If you say it is investigator, we'll just call her Miss Smith, and I get to talk with Miss Smith. I hereby promise and swear I will not pre-sell you. I will not say Phil Burnell is just this giant piece of shit and he's this and he's that. But Phil, I'm not going to cut any corners. And if she just says, oh, I don't remember, or she says, oh, I don't have this or I don't have that, I'm not going to preconceive a judgment, but at the same time, I'm not going to say, oh yeah, Phil was completely right in that she didn't, or that she lied to me and said, I never said that or anything like that. I'm not going to do you dirty, but my ask is this. If
Super
I come
crazy,
back to you with
last
results,
I heard,
do not attack my
disappeared.
character and do not
Disappeared
attack my
off the face of the earth.
That is my
Took
only
everybody's
ask.
money,
I don't even know
took
who you
Broside
are,
Phil's
and I
money,
won't care.
took the
I
money and
probably will
ran.
never even hear the response to what you're doing because it doesn't affect me. I
Or
don't
do
give a
you
shit.
want to? Okay, so we get our name and let's verify that.
That's what he's apparently going to send you.
That's- Yeah. What are we doing?
await, Steve. I await your communication
You
that
can
says
DM me her name right now, Phil.
that he sent you this name, and when I have time, I hereby promise I will look into that.
Now, before you go, because it sounds like you're taking off.
No, I'm not taking off. I'm right here. Until you need me to go, I'll be here.
What incentive would this woman have?
Savage. Absolutely savage.
Oh, yeah. I remember that I had that conversation with him, and I totally said that. Like, what incentive would she have to actually say that? Especially because if what I'm understanding is true, now I'm trying to understand from everything you've said. I'm trying to give you a fair shake here, and I'm believing you that everything you're saying is true. Understand? I don't even know who you are. I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt here. What you're basically saying is that she lied to me. Is that what you're saying? Like they should have a cybercrimes unit that would look into PayPal chargebacks and stuff like that?
Well, so not only it depends on how it was presented to her, right? I'm not
Phil,
going to go into
don't do this.
into the conversation.
A case
with,
of stare too long into the vortex, it stares
lied
back.
to Phil. What I'm looking for is, look, did you ever talk with a guy that brought up something about PayPal, right? And I'll give her the time and date range. Look, this would have been about this date to this date, and this guy would have been involved with, I think it was Chris. I can't remember the last name. I don't have the paperwork in front of me. And
Maddie Rolfe says, sorry, Phil is right. None of this will really matter much to his whales. He may have to kiss their asses a bit. True.
Right.
True.
Did you
River
by any
rejections
chance say
too far
something to the
gone.
effect of Jesus Christ, $20? No, we're
The
not
meth
looking into
has
that. We're looking at
taken-
stuff like
taken
human
hold.
trafficking or something like that. I'll sell you as the bullshit like $20 chargeback that it is, because $1 chargeback,
$20 is
$15
$20
chargebacks aren't federal crimes. No federal unit on the planet is going to look into that. Let's be clear.
Because you can't just lie in a claim on PayPal. That's actual fraud. It says right on it you're committing a crime if you're lying. So this guy
He's
might
just trying to
actually go
scare
jail
people into not
because he's
doing
an idiot.
this.
So now
Because
we got
he
this
thinks
guy
that his
who just hit
audience is
me
so dumb that
with,
they'll
like,
believe it.
$1, $2 chargebacks for like 10 of them over the last like week or whatever. And he
Nick Rekieta got his kids on drugs. There was they literally tested dirty. They pissed hot. Or they got the coke in their hair, and he's getting off. He's pleading,
really
he's
thinks
taking a
gonna get away with
plea.
it. Well, guess what?
And he won't see the inside of a jail cell. You think $20 on a fucking PayPal is fraud and they're going to come after you for that? Fuck out of
I'm gonna
here.
give them links to my streams, and I'm gonna say you're full of shit, and you're probably gonna get investigated too, and you might go to jail.
But
Damn.
I will totally sell it as, look, this guy probably talked to you about this, about this, about this. Is there any chance in hell that you said something to the effect of
Something to the effect of,
you know,
I love
we
that.
really wouldn't look deep into that since it's not a felony. We would probably reserve that because it's, you know, cross jurisdictional to the feds. I will play it up to your benefit as much as humanly possible. And her incentive, the question of what is the incentive for the officer to be honest, it tells me you do not understand the integrity, honesty issue, or Brady issue. If you want to look that up, please feel free. The Brady-Garrity issue.
He said,
of
"Get
honesty
familiar."
in law enforcement.
Could
Her
Josh Moon
incentive
hire this guy for his own
is
business
to
in
not
Kiwi
lose her
Farms?
entire fucking
You better be
career
paying good
slash pension.
because Broside Phil don't
that is
come
her
cheap.
incentive.
So, following along with that, let's say, for example, she actually did remember that she had said that, which I don't think she would because it was an aside. Remember, the conversation I had with her was actually about the email harassment I had received.
Brother,
was
you'd be
So it had
surprised.
nothing
this
to
was just
do
be an
with
aside thing that we had talked about, right? What's to
yeah.
stop her from just saying
It
I
has
don't
nothing
remember?
to do with
In
the
which case, then
actual
this is a-
crime of.
I don't remember.
Hold on. I will report. She says I don't remember. Okay. I will not embellish. I will not lie about you, Phil.
Okay.
I am
so-
not going to lie about
so I-
you. Everything I am looking for is factually fucking based. So this is, and that's what I was trying to get at. Okay. You've got option one, which is she corroborates your story. Which great. Then you're telling the truth, and I will stand by you. I will back you, Phil. Okay. That's
But
option
why
one.
was she-
Option two.
Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
Okay.
Yep.
Option two. She does not back you. Okay. She says, I never said that. I will also report that. Now, there's two she doesn't back you options. Option one.
Beans, what up,
is
Pip? How are you, my
she's
friend?
telling the truth, and she didn't back you.
Hanging
And that
out
would
with
mean
us
that
on
you
Twitch. Good to see you, my
Option
friend.
two is that
Love
she
seeing your
doesn't
step
back you,
media
and
clips.
she's lying, right? That's option two. That's where
Stop lying,
the
you
term-
win.
But when we were talking about
Very
just a minute
true.
ago, I brought up circumstantial evidence, which you bring up a lot, right?
Mhm.
Here's the issue that you have. I'm not saying I have it with you. I don't have any personal grief against you. Do you know
Bro does say
that
he hates Phil
DNA
a lot.
evidence, which is thought of to be the greatest of greatest evidence, it is the slam dunk. You were there. You touched the gun. You drank from the cup. By legal definition, is circumstantial evidence.
No, I didn't know that. I'm not a lawyer.
Well, there you go. You
Well, there
can
you go.
look it up yourself, my dog. Circumstantial evidence is hands down some of the most damning evidence on the planet. Now, the reason I bring this up is not because it changes the situation, Phil, but because rather you want to be seen in a better light, right? Personally, I'd love to see you be cast in a positive light. No
Wait a
problem there.
Wait
Hear
a
me
minute.
out.
Wait a minute.
Hear me out.
I
Hear
actually
me out.
disagree with what you just said.
Okay,
Completely.
please specify.
Okay. Can we like get bigger? We're like tiny on the screen. Why are we looking at side scrollers? I mean, I can't see anything.
Yeah. Well, we were gonna play the FOIA.
You don't need to play that.
It's
No one cares
okay.
about that.
It's okay.
So here's the thing that no one seems to understand, and I've been trying to explain this to Steve. Maybe you'll understand it. It sounds like maybe you'll get it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Damn.
I don't care about any of this.
Right.
At
So,
all.
but
It doesn't.
Phil,
Listen to me, please, guys, both of you. I want you to
Mhm.
understand something.
sure.
So many people on the internet have said so many negative things about me over the years. It doesn't matter what's true or not. It doesn't
Yep.
matter what I can
And this
prove
is
does,
this is the
though.
Stonewall where he
It
kept
will
saying
never
the shit
make me
doesn't
look
matter.
better.
Shit
You
doesn't
understand?
matter. Shit
But
doesn't
Phil,
matter.
It doesn't
It
matter.
abs-
No,
it
let me
does.
finish. Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Because no matter what, every single time that I have disproven something or gone out of my way to try, everyone moves the goalpost and says it wasn't good enough, or here's the next thing, or whatever it
Phil,
may be. So
Phil,
I don't
hold on.
care. So I'm not
Let
done.
me back you.
Let me finish my
Oh,
piece.
All right, go
I-
ahead. And I'll back you on something recent. I'll back
Okay.
you on something recent. I'll tit for tat you.
I don't care about any of this if I had known that it was going to
What
be
a
show
shithead.
about
What a
me saying,
what a
like, I
real
care about
shithead,
proving
bro.
if the bank leaks are real or not or whatever, I would have said to Steve, just so you know, Steve, it's a waste of my time and I respectfully decline because I don't care. No matter what, I will never be seen in a positive light. Don't you understand that?
So you're
But
okay
now-
for a softball interview, but not for a hard hitting
No,
one.
no, no, no. I
We
wasn't looking
asked
for
you
a
the
softball
questions that the
interview.
whole internet wants you to answer. That's what I did tonight.
Which I've already been asked, which I've
All right.
already responded to. My answers
So-
don't change. I don't care. I am
Well, hold on.
happy
Hold
with
on.
where I am. Let me finish what I'm saying. I'm happy
Okay.
with where I am. I'm successful where I am. I'm having a good time with life. I like the content I make. I'm okay with who I have become. Okay.
Okay.
I don't care about you saying
With who I've become, I'm a better person now.
My viewers have fun. It's all good. I'm
Phil.
not harming anyone with the content that I put out there. And those
Agreed.
those
Well,
times
kind
in-
of agreed.
Those times in the past, I will admit, I've looked at myself in the past and I look at me saying stupid things and bad things like, man, I need money to pay my mortgage and shit like that. And I look at that now and I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed because it was a bad situation and I didn't have a way out of it. Okay. I've already admitted about all my shortcomings, that I'm irresponsible with money. I did all these bad things and I was dishonest about certain stuff. I'm not
Okay.
doing that. I'm not doing that anymore.
Okay,
I'm
but hear me
past
out.
it.
Okay, fine. So
I don't care.
okay.
I don't need to prove any innocence of anything because I haven't committed
Any innocence
heinous
of
actions
anything.
whatsoever.
Yikes.
This is
Mhm.
all a nothing burger. You thought you had.
I hate
something
when he
because you
says
thought
a
you were
nothing
gonna get me to
burger.
do like some elaborate
Why does the
polygraph
size
or
matter? He
It's never
always
gonna
goes to the
happen.
extremes.
I
It
didn't.
always has to be like a
reason for the FOIA
quadrillion
request,
something.
The reason for looking up the bank leaks is to try to get you to recognize within yourself, dog, maybe I have a problem. Maybe I
Damn, he
need
just
to
told
look within
him.
myself
Maybe I
and
have a
go,
problem.
I really got to stop spending money on frivolous shit. So that way, and you know this to be true, that there are certain donors of yours that have mental handicaps that are using transactional funds that come from government entities. That dog,
People on
that's
disability.
for them. That is for them. And they're giving
That's
it
your
to
taxpayer
you
money, by the way.
because
Your
they
taxpayer
think
money is
you
going to
need it.
into
that you are
Phil's
desperate
coffers.
for it. There are 2 stories about people going into bankruptcy, being homeless for you, dog. Just tell me you're not spending $20,000 on Apple iTunes. Please, I am begging you, because every piece of research I have says that. Does any of this make sense, or am I coming off like a rambling lunatic?
They fucked me again, left and right.
There are things that
It's crazy that he
you
does
say,
not
"Ha-ha,
care about
I
clearing his
answered it, and
name. The
therefore
most
it has
rational,
been
with even the smallest
answered."
amount of integrity and innocence,
And
would
you
fight to
completely
clear
side-skirt the
his
issue.
name.
So,
Very
for
true. Very
instance,
true.
let's say, for
Detective
instance,
Detractor.
You get chastised for
Very
dogging
true
people in
facts.
your community for being toxic, and you're like, that is taken out of context. I saw the message King Be Cruel sent you. I saw the message King Be Cruel sent you. I've seen the documentation and messages that Arkham sent you. And yeah, Arkham was like, "Hey man, can I get a $5? Dude, I paid him $50 to set up my Discord server." King Be Cruel said, "Dude, man, you're saying stuff like it's cringe, you know? He's just like me for real. It's kind of fucking cringe." You went 10-8 on his ass, right? You just went absolutely insane.
Just because I'm Dark Side Phil doesn't mean I get to
Yes.
ignore fucking facts that
Fucking
the characters in this
facts.
game are going through what I go through on a daily fucking basis. Shut the fuck up.
Can you
I'm not-
say that? Hold on. Can you say
Okay.
that then? Can your reaction then be, "Well, they were coming at me"? Technically, that's an answer, is it not? Of course it is. And so you, in your mind, think, "I have successfully answered the detractors." In the detractors' minds, we don't care about you answering that you felt attacked. What we care about is that you disproportionately attacked King Be Cruel, attacked Navinia, attacked Arkham, attacked all these people. And so
Damn,
we,
he's
like
dropping
you say,
all the names. Let's
hyper-focus
go,
on it
bro.
because you think it's answered, and to you, it is answered. But to us, we're not looking at it through the same lens you're looking at it. We're looking at it through a very different lens. And while you may disagree, I tend to think we are, by and large, looking at it through a lens of decency, honor, and integrity. Now,
No,
you may
you're
disagree.
giving him too much credit, bro.
That is your prerogative.
Too
But
much
man,
credit.
you throw a lot of hate towards detractors, and I get why you might.
And
But you
from
throw
an
a
outsider
lot of
looking in,
hate.
they have receipts, and you only have excuses. In my experience,
There you go. There you go.
You got the
That's kind of
receipt.
the overarching business of it.
They have
You s-
overwhelming evidence, and you have excuses so far.
Okay, but the question was, if
He didn't
I
listen to
disprove
any of that.
something,
He's just
is
waiting
it
for
not
his
a true
turn to
statement
talk.
that the detractors just move on to something else and that becomes the next focus? Is that
I
not
mean,
a true
that may
statement?
be true. Yeah, I may give you that. Sure.
Right? So
Sure.
do you
But
guys
you're
understand?
always doing shit that they find objectionable. So they're going to move on to the next time you did something like beg for money for
That's
because you might have to eat a lunch meat sandwich, and then
That's
they
an
make a video.
This
of
has
that.
been
point.
bottled
That's
up for a
actually
while.
an
BSP
excellent
wanted to
Maybe
yell
to
at him,
stop
but he
doing
was trying to
stupid
keep
shit
his
that
cool.
that most people
This
find
is very
objectionable.
true.
No,
I don't
no,
think
no,
I'd be
no,
able to
no.
I don't think I'd be able to like keep my composure.
Did you hear what you just said?
I'm noticing a pattern. Phil loves to like, this is what you're doing. This is what you're doing. Like, fuck out of here.
Most
Come on,
people
dude.
don't give two fucks about Darkside Phil. They don't know who I am. They don't give a shit. They just go on with their lives. If they don't like something, they ignore it. They don't hyper-focus on it. They don't fixate on it. They don't obsess on it. They don't form communities on it. They don't have YouTube channels based on it. They don't monetize stolen content on it. They don't motivate their
Oops, we're
viewers to
monetizing
act
stolen
against the
content.
person. None of that happens.
Sorry, guys.
The normal person doesn't like something, and they say,
19 more
"I'm gonna
supers and
avoid
Phil will
that
get a
person.
haircut
I'm
on
gonna go over
stream.
here, and I'm going to focus on the rest of my life."
Phil,
right.
Steve, no disrespect to either of you. I do have to bounce though.
All right, yeah.
Much
Well,
respect.
thank you for
That
your
was
help.
the extent of
Phil,
Broside Phil's
Miss
appearance
Coyote
there.
said
I
he
thought there
banned
was
me
like
for
so much
asking him to
more.
bring back DSP
Everybody was saying he
tries.
took too much time,
banned
but
that
I
Phil,
didn't
you-
see that
you-
at
you
all.
didn't-
Bring back something he liked.
You didn't.
I don't
run
see
from
that
me
at
talking
all.
to you. You
I wasn't-
get
Have
a
I
notch
ever?
up.
Have I ever,
I don't.
man? Honestly.
You've banned both my accounts that tried to talk in YouTube. You didn't run from me this time. I'll give you a notch up. It's
Well,
not
we
a
didn't
big
really give
notch.
him a
but I'll
choice,
give you a
but,
notch up,
yeah.
man. But Steve, thank you for having me on. I do have to bounce out. Thank you so
All right,
much.
I appreciate your help. Thank you.
Big ups to the
Oh,
bro.
well, you did 5 hours with those other guys.
Big ups, bro.
You know,
Well, Steve, it's been wild. I see now what your angle was. Sadly, it
your
wasn't.
burger rewards take up a lot of your
anything.
streams, and he
Sadly-
still asks for money during the reward stream.
Sadly, it wasn't.
Do you
anything that
ask for
was
money
bad.
during the reward streams? Oh,
He
one more question.
does, bro.
Do you
He
cut out the
does.
begging when you cut out the begging, dude. You cut out the begging on your streams
So I'm gonna
and re-upload them.
to everyone
You
who
cut
watched
out the
tonight.
begging. If you're not doing anything wrong, you wouldn't need to cut out the begging, bro.
So anyway,
You
to
cut
everyone
out the
watching
begging. You
tonight,
take the stream down and you cut out a lot of the begging.
I
and
hope
then
you
put
enjoy.
it back.
I really
Holy
do hope you
shit.
enjoy.
Come on! Wow,
Steve,
what a grip.
I'm not biting any of your hooks. It's all a waste of time. It was a good try. It was a good try, but you know,
You
I
tell
just,
viewers if they don't donate,
so
that
past
cat
it.
has to cook.
He
All right.
did.
So-
He
Did
did
do
that.
that. I
Are we-
heard
are-
that one.
Are we done now? Are we good?
I guess if you don't want to,
Dude,
go
I'm
through the
already over
Keemstar stuff.
I
You don't
gotta
want to
get
go
outta
through the
here.
Keemstar stuff.
We agreed to 90 minutes, and I gave you more than double that. So I think that at
More
least
than
deserves some
double.
respect. You know.
All right, yeah, well, yeah, everybody thought you would rage quit 10 minutes in, so yeah, I guess I give you some respect.
All right.
Right?
I wouldn't give him any
All right.
fucking respect.
Well, that's it. I don't know. It's your show, but I got to get out of here.
All right, well, you have a good night, and I wish you best of luck, and I do hope you find that road to redemption.
All right. And the
I
thing
don't.
is, here's the thing. My final statement. I don't need redemption.
He always
I'm
has
good
to have
where
the
I am.
last word.
People
Oh,
are
that's
happy.
not-
People
okay.
are happy. Not even if you're not. If you want to live in that world of drama and online stuff,
The counter
more
to
power you.
DSP's
You
argument
wanna
would
do
be that
next
there are people that
Thursday
talk
at
about
10
movie
p.m.?
shows and
We'll
games
I'm
that people
do more
they
evidence?
do not like or
I'm
enjoy.
done
We're doing it
eating.
right
Come on,
now.
Phil.
For
Do
wanting
10.
to live-
Do another
we're doing
show.
it right
We'll
now.
go
Won't
through
even
more
let me,
evidence.
He won't even let me finish my
No, go
final
ahead.
statement. This
Go
guy.
ahead.
He still
Final
talks
statement.
over me. You can live in the world of internet drama as much as you want. You can enjoy it. Go for it. Normal people don't care. I don't care.
Normal.
We're all good. We're all good being over here on our side. You could be over there
On
on
level
their side.
one.
If ever we have collabs, maybe. Who knows?
On level
right?
1.
But
You want to be on my show,
I
don't
care
you?
about this stuff. I mean,
Craig, you want to
more
be on my
power to
show,
you.
right?
On to your next. Or if you make more content about me, I'm not going to be involved in it. I really don't give a shit. Okay?
Damn.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, best of luck to you. I do hope you find that road to redemption, and maybe
Out of
work on that 10-year plan
context.
that you promised your parents and get
There-
a job.
The redemption I don't need. The plan that failed because of COVID.
He said
and then
that
I
he had
explained
the
that, but,
redemption,
again,
though.
You're coming
COVID's
out of
over,
context.
bro.
You're
COVID's
coming out of
over.
context of everything
Yeah.
else. There's
Honor thy
nothing
mother
else-
and father.
There's
It's a
nothing
good
else
deal.
to argue about here tonight. Good.
They
good
gave you the money
try.
when you needed it, though, dude. They gave you the
All right.
money when you needed their help. You didn't keep
Steve,
your promise. That's all I'm
Steve,
saying.
You have a good night.
All right. Thanks. All right, friends. And he could just shut down his tab whenever he's ready and bounce out. That's fine. I don't. Yeah, he's gone. So look, I did my best. I don't know what to think about this whole situation. I kind of thought he was going to rage quit 10 minutes in, or whatever.
Good evening, everyone.
Wow. Holy shit, guys. It shows how little interaction he has with other people in the real world. This is true. This is true. And I can't believe that we just hung out for a little under 3 hours during the live stream together watching this amazing interview. So first off, big ups and salutations and a salute to Steve and the Truth Seekers podcast. Thank you for letting me use the content, your content on the stream. Thank you all for hanging out with us here tonight. It was a very excellent stream. And thank you for everybody who watched this on the replay on youtube.com at lore_Diaz. We're trying to get the watch time hours up. So if you wanted to, please do check out some of the other videos that we have on the channel. We do a lot on this corner of the internet, Step Mania. We got some pro wrestling matches that I've been pulling from the vault and re-uploading for your enjoyment. And in fact, we just had the Denton Street Fight just uploaded this afternoon. Had a lot of positive reactions to that. And of course, our pilot episode, our huge intergender mixed tag team match featuring WWE Hall of Famer Lita. That was awesome. And stay tuned. I have a lot more where that came from. So do stay tuned to this channel. It's going to be a very busy weekend for me, so this will probably be the last time we hang out with each other for a minute. If you haven't done so already, please do like, share, and subscribe. Really do appreciate it. And until next time, I'll see you all next time. I don't know, whatever. Peace.
This live stream may contain mature material some viewers might not find suitable.
Hey, yo, we got some DLC content as we were recording for the week. I hope you like the new format. I've been trying to chop up the segments so that I can re-upload them later. But as all this was going on, there has been some developments on X, and it has everything to do with Raven's Dolphin and his sister being online. King Sly was live reacting to it, and there's a whole bunch of shit going on. So let me see if you guys can hear this. I'm gonna see if you guys can hear this first, and then we're going to play the Chrome thing. So let's see here. Raven's Dolphin gets cooked by his own sister and confronted by, damn it, this is a 15-minute video. Definitely not doing that. Let me pull up let me just pull up a video, any video really, and then see if the sound comes through.
A look at that first. So according to the Wikipedia,
You can hear that, right?
of the
Okay, good. So This is all popping off on the Ugly Monster at dirt__monster. And Dashfire reposted this. This is a Meow Block repost, actually. But Raven's Dolphin has had a bad time. And apparently he nuked his Twitter, but now is going on his YouTube live. And his sister's on stream with him. And she had some things to say. Let's hear what she has to say.
You think this and you think that. Like, he be having crazy looks in his eyes. And, like, he is a weirdo. Like, some type of pervert. But, like, nobody would have ever thought he would like cross these lines and do like weird shit. He's like really dumb, y'all. Y'all think like calling him retarded is like a joke or something. Like he's really not there. Like he does not belong on the internet.
Damn, what the fuck? That's family. That's family. Apparently. All right, we got some more sound bites. Hold up. What is this?
Can get when he's not telling the truth. I kind of can get when he's not telling the truth too. Like he likes kids, not in like this freaky weird way. It's
oh
like,
no.
He's like almost like that Michael Jackson like minded. Like he wants to play. He wants to like watch cartoons. Little characters and like anime. Like I ain't beat for none of that shit. Like I'm grown. Like he's always going to prefer all of like this childish shit and like it's not going to like grow all the way up. Like there's a lot of stuff he has just got to cut out.
Wow, that's the family saying that shit.
Cops are going to be involved. You guys think cops aren't going to be involved? They
She
might
drunk.
not be like how y'all want them to be, like arrested. I don't think he's at that point yet or anything. So, but like he's going to have several talks with cops. They're already constantly circling around. You think the cops don't know him?
Ah,
Like they know him.
he's nodding his head. What the fuck? What the fuck?
They just don't know what I'm going to tell them. Or whatever, whatnot.
Or whatever,
So things are
whatnot.
gonna
Oh
be
my
different.
god.
He's like, I don't know where to start. Cause like my heart is racing, Raven. Like I feel like
Oh shit, she
like,
drunk.
you can see it through the screen.
She drunk.
I can see it.
I am so nervous.
That's why she's drinking.
But
That's why
like,
she's drunk.
you gotta face these people. You gotta face this behavior. And it stops. It stops like now.
Damn. And then King Sly confronts Raven's sister and asks her how long has Raven been a degenerate. She responds with he's regarded and for real. Oh my goodness.
It's a ton of us. He comes from a very large family.
How does his mom
Not
feel
like
about it? I bet you she's
stressed out.
heartbroken.
My mom would be heartbroken if she knew the depths of it. Like I said, we're just learning. And I remember like years and years ago, like when he got diagnosed to like be a 14 forever, like it was like so sad.
What do you
for
mean
her.
diagnosed for 13 forever?
Like
What do you-
mentally, like he's 14
Like Peter
forever.
Pan
Like,
syndrome?
like autism or something? He got
way
diagnosed with
more than autism. Like he's like
Damn.
retarded for real. Like y'all make fun of him for like this stuff and like him having his restaurant job and stuff, and it's big time for him.
Yeah.
It's a ton.
Well, she said it. I think I've had enough. Guys, this is seriously going to be the end. We're going to call this stream. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here tonight. No more clips. No more videos. I'm going to need to go. I need to go and cry. I need to go and take a shower. I feel so dirty. But I really do appreciate everybody coming out and hanging out. Detective Detractor, Fambro, Ice Marbles, Sir VJ Dog. Oh my goodness. So many of y'all coming through. Navy Vet for Life, of course. Morgana. Really do appreciate you. Scrolling up just to make sure I'm not missing anyone. Claire, thank you. Thank you for hanging out. Core as EQ, thank you so much as always. Joker, Nocturnal, Mr. Pika fan. Oh my goodness. Jazz Cup, of course. Just a bat boy with internet, thank you. And then big ups to Broside Phil. Big ups to Broside Phil, who is enjoying Valentine's Day dinner with the lady. Cell Streams, thank you so much for checking me in my paper plates on Twitter. IP2 always wins, thank you for hanging out. And that's just YouTube. Beans ITG, thank you for hanging out with us on Twitch. Brady, thank you for hanging out with us on Twitch. The Boneless One. Gira Layers, thank you so much. Steph XFN, thank you so much. Omega Mac 10, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Deus Marionette, the glue that holds this and everybody else's stream around her together. Always do appreciate your company. I always appreciate your guys' company. Stay tuned. There's much more to come. If I don't see you again this weekend, stay tuned because Monday Night Brawl is on the horizon. And who knows what will happen between now and then. It's going to be crazy. So until then, guys, this is it. This is finally it. Thank you guys so much. Take care. Be safe. I love each and every one of y'all platonically and consensually. Please stay healthy, happy, healthy, and hydrated. Until next time, take care. Be safe. Peace.